So, welcome everybody over here to Truth Be Told. We're probably about the only place on YouTube where you can find a pink dancing bunny and a dancing bear with sunglasses and a dance off. So, I mean, um,
Wow. Look at the
tonight, tonight we have guest Ernie Shell here, and
all right.
going to have a talk with Shannon.
Awesome.
I just want to make it clear to those in the chat, whether you're here as subscribers to our channel or not, out of respect. We understand that people have differences in things, but we're asking that those be set aside. We won't have any harassment or bullying. There is a three-strike system that's going to go on tonight. So if the first message that is harassment is going to be deleted. Second time, there's going to be a timeout. Third time, hidden. This is not about any of that tonight. This is about a discussion between Ernie and Shannon, and so we won't be tolerating any. Oh, somebody fell out.
She'll be back. I'm
She
sure.
gone.
No, she'll come back.
So we won't be tolerating any of that.
So she'll be back. I think she'll be back.
She will. There she is. But that's just, we can all be adults here and be civil. I'll try to keep up with the chat. For anybody who's never been here before, I am mostly blind. I use a screen reader to listen to the chat and stuff like that. And it's okay. We won't strike ourselves.
I hope not. I hope not. I'm telling you.
No, it's all good.
So everybody's good. Everybody can hear, right?
Yep.
Good deal.
So,
Good deal.
Okay,
So with
I'll
that-
be muted.
Yeah, I'm going to mute too, but let's do this. But again, just please be respectful there in the chat. The mods are we've already discussed as to how things are to be dealt with. I'll try to be in the chat helping as well. I'm going to mute. Uh-oh. She must be having device issues.
Good deal.
Oh wait, I think she's back.
Okay,
So-
I think we're good, right?
Yep,
We're
so I'm
good?
going to mute and
Good deal.
the floor is open for you both.
Good deal. All right. Is everybody ready? All right. All right. Everybody can hear everybody. Everybody's good, right?
All right, what you got for me, Ernie?
Hey, girl, what's up?
Oh, same old.
I heard that. So, hey, just like over a while, I owe you an apology because I thought you was another Shannon. But I do think tonight will be a good night, especially with all these people here, for you to finally get to tell what's been hid, because a lot of the truth has been hid. A lot of truth been hid about your standings in this and your situation. People can just see things for what it is and just run with it. And it's sad that people do that.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I kind of touched on it on your channel. I don't know how much they heard, because my phone doesn't like to do StreamYard. But so a lot of people know that there's been a lot of speculation and my name dragged around on YouTube, and I guess it is what it is. But at a certain point, it turns to a point where you're putting people's lives at risk and families at risk, and you're jeopardizing their income, and which then again goes back to circling back to an identification of risk to their families.
Well, you're not the only person. You're not the only person I've reached out to and just said, hey, look, if 2 + 2 don't equal 4, then there's a problem. And you ain't going to, it's like the O.J. Simpson case. If the glove don't quit, you must, or don't fit, you must have quit. I mean, but we all know that, there's always speculation in with that. And it always
Absolutely.
will be.
But giving people the fuel for the fire, it's up to those people what they do with that fuel. But there shouldn't even be fuel added to it in a case where a 5-year-old missing girl it should be the topic of every conversation. And the end game should be finding her and finding out what happened on June 15th. So I see there's a few people in the chat that are kind of confused. So I was up on the hill, 110 Ben Hill Road with Candace. I was up there at the same time as Benny. And I've gotten a pretty bad rap as far as people identifying me as whatever they I can't even name the whole list of what they've identified me as in conjunction with Benny. I didn't know the Wells, I didn't know the Blyes, I didn't know Benny or any of these people prior to me talking to Candace on Facebook. And yes, Jen, the hills have eyes. So I had reached out. Well, actually, let me go back even a step further. So I was following the Florida condo collapse. I don't know if many of you recall that, but that was around the same time that Summer came missing. And when I backed out of the post that I was reading, the updates on the people that they were sadly pulling out of the rubble, there was a post and it had Summer's face on it. At that time, I didn't know who she was, so I clicked on it to read more. And there was a YouTube link. Well, it took me to another creator's channel. And then, of course, you fall down the rabbit hole and you just start finding more creators and you go on about that. Well, as I heard more and read more and dug a little more, it really, something just hit me right square in the head. And I started to search Candace and Dawn Wells on Facebook. I started to message them both. They did not answer me back until I want to say it was more towards November, possibly, or beginning of December. No, November. I can go back and look in my messages, but I wasn't exactly prepared for all of this. I had the creator that I originally started talking to reach out to them for me. I had emailed that creator, and 15 minutes after she did that, I got a message from Candace, and she said, "Thank you, God bless you and your family." And then the conversation just went from there. It started out as, small little, "Hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's your mouth feeling?" I never asked her anything about Summer or the case, just because I didn't want to cross lines that I wasn't welcome to cross. And then in December, as I was watching, there was a whole bunch of turmoil going on. The people were there protesting, and it just seemed like a big, scary situation. And when I say scary, I mean for the family. And I just couldn't imagine myself being in a position like that. I couldn't imagine myself being in a position where I'm a missing child. And I saw that Benny was going up there. So I decided, hey, if there's somebody else that is going up there that's not sure entirely what's going on, maybe I'll be safer if I don't go there alone and I go up there with the opportunity of others being there. So I went up there. That was the first time I met Benny, first time I talked to Benny. Sure, I had talked in his chat, just as I do in many people's chats. But there was never anything other than, just chatting it up with other people in his chat. And him and I had experienced a lot of the same things up there on the hill. Well, time goes on, and the lies and the games and just the craziness had finally made me realize that it wasn't worth it for my family. It had caused a lot of issues for myself and my husband. It had caused a lot of issues to my mental health, and it just wasn't worth it. So I got out as quick as I could. And now, because of that, Candace has tried to retaliate with rumors that are blatantly lies. And I reached out to Ernie because I felt that it was important. It was important to me anyway, for him to know that I'm not the person that I'm being made out to be by Candace. And I feel like Candace is using him as her mouthpiece to spread rumors. And so it's not fair to myself. It's not fair to Ernie. And it's not fair to you guys that listen to these things either. If we're not going to listen to her lies this whole time, why would we listen now?
You're exactly right. And a lot of the stuff that's on you was pushed on you, and there was no reason for it to ever be pushed on you. When there wasn't no. See, here's the thing. What I get at is, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, Shannon?
I can hear you.
Okay. So what I get at this is, you was up there and you was spotted, and just because you was spotted, now you're part of the game. Obviously, you're part of the
Yep.
trail, and then they run with it. People run with it. So what I've seen with that is, after you're part of that thing, hell, they can say anything against you, and their people are obviously going to have to believe it or not be their people. That's the way it happens.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see any of this ending well if it just remains to where it's attacking and lying and deceiving. None of it's going to end well. It's going to cause more heartache, and it's going to cause more danger than good. And where did Summer go?
Exactly. Because the whole part of it is, everybody wanted to know. Everybody put their hearts in. Where did Summer go? What happened to Summer Wells? And to be honest with you, Shannon, you got very, very close. You really did. And I think that's why nobody wanted to listen to the story and they put it on private when you actually came out from your heart. And I honestly think, after talking to you today, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to put my side of things out there and explain myself. Some people know me as Candace's friend because I was Candace's friend. And I probably still would be, because I have as much proof as anybody else on YouTube as to whether she did something to that little girl or not, or whether she has knowledge or not. I work in retail. I work in retail management. I'm not by any means law enforcement. I'm not by any means a prosecutor. I'm not a judge. I can't play those roles because I'm not in those professions. So I sat on the fence for so long because I was scared that if I judged her and said anything about her being guilty, and then it came out that she wasn't, I didn't want to have to apologize for executing her like that. But I also wasn't willing to admit that she's innocent, because I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve and get hurt because of it, and see people for what I want them to be, not necessarily what and who they actually are. So I was trying to be careful to not be played for a fool. And what happened? I got played for a fool.
A lot of that happened. I mean, they was your friends. And, when you're with friends, I mean, hell, I mean, you tend to lead that way. I mean, you tend to, do what they do, and they do what you do. And I mean, you're friends, you're a pack. But, it's sad when one goes against the current. When you went against the current, is that when it changed for you?
Kinda, yeah. It's hard to say. I mean, I had my own ideas the whole time. But then there were certain things that were being confirmed more and more as the days went on. And then, if I would speak on certain things that I didn't believe, then I would get reactions that were not in the normal range. I would start to question things a little more. And I sat down with myself, and I thought, my God, if things are changing this drastically on the temperature of their attitude, their demeanor, the things that they're saying, using words that they wouldn't normally say. Thanks, Xavier.
Right.
It just, there's something being hidden, So I couldn't be an accomplice to that anymore, because there were so many lies that she was caught in. There were so many just dysfunctional things. The amount of abuse that I saw on that hill. I like the ice cream now. Okay. The amount of abuse that I saw on that hill, and the amount of toxicity. When I left there, it was like a weight being lifted off my shoulders, and I cried and cried and cried and cried. I can't even list to you the different things that I cried about in my almost 5-hour ride home. I cried about Summer. I cried about Candace. I cried about the boys. I cried about Don. I cried about just the animals the condition or the home, the fact that I put myself in a very volatile situation and I just wanted to help. I didn't go up there with the idea that I was going to find Summer. I didn't go up there with any kind of idea that, oh, I'm going to go be, I'm going to go and come home with a relationship. Because one of the major rumors that went around was that I had supposedly slept with Benny. And that absolutely was not true. I am happily married. I have 3 kids. And I never have, nor would I ever cheat on my husband. For the fact that that's the retaliation that I get blows my mind after all of the support that I gave. And now I know that I've made the right decision to get the hell out of there.
I think you made an awesome decision, and I think you're going to continue doing better decisions because, you're going to even after this is over, because people are going to listen to you. This ain't going to be privated. I'm sure that I'm sure he's going to keep it up here, and people can always go back to this, and if they're feeling the same way, and they'll be able to relate to this. You won't believe what you've done. You've opened up an opportunity for others to escape. You see that?
Yep. Well, it kills me because the stuff that I saw, like we said, I had tried to put it out there, and then it ended up getting made private for members only. So my story didn't really relieve anything because it was only made to a small audience and then privated. And I thought that was going to be some kind of relief for me, and it wasn't.
No, you need the bigger audience, and you need the people who are going to be standing behind you, and they'll stand with you, and they'll hold that hand out to you when you need it the most. You believe that?
Yeah. I don't want to get attacked for, saying my piece and telling my truth. And that seems to be where that's gone so far. And it's not right.
Oh.
Not right here, right now, but any time in the past, if I try to say my piece, it turns bad.
Well, here I think people actually care what's going on, and I think people can see.
The things that I saw as far as I had come out for Candace, I don't know how many times on YouTube, trying to put out fires, trying to put out, no, this isn't what happened. This is what really happened. And it didn't work. It didn't help. Nobody wanted to pay attention to that. They all wanted the drama side of it. And I didn't want to be any part of the drama side of it. I wanted Summer to still be the focus, and I lost grip of that. I could only hold that offering out to people for so long before the attacks got too bad. And now if you think about, I've been attacked, Ernie's been attacked, Benny's been attacked, Ion Entertainment's been attacked. Everybody out on this platform has been attacked. Did that find Summer? Did that find Cody Bigsby? Did that help find any of these babies or any of these adults or anyone missing? Absolutely not. What the hell did it accomplish?
Can we solve something right now? Can you please tell these people that you had no link in with any money?
The only money that I ever handled when it comes to Candace and Benny said that he wanted to get cameras for Candace. Candace had said, sure. She said, I've got some fake cameras here, but Donnie won't put them up. So Benny and I went to Walmart, and he didn't have his debit card with him, but he had money that was donated in his Cash App and in his PayPal. He had showed Candace, he had showed myself, and I had agreed to swipe my Cash App card at Walmart for the items that they needed. And then while I was standing right there, and all of this was done on live, while I was standing right there, Benny stood right next to me, and he Cash Apped me the money back to the penny. Same thing for the hotel when you guys saw Candace swimming in the pool. Same thing for when we went out to dinner. Things like that. It was all, hey, we're going to do this. Go ahead, swipe your card, and I'll send it to you right now. There was never any money sent to me. There was never any money that was supposed to have been given to Candace, because if Benny has access to send her money himself, which he has, why the hell would he need to send it to me first?
That was one of the things I didn't understand. When Candace was saying, you and Benny, and I can see that where she's frustrated now. She's in a situation that she's stuck. Like you said, you hit it perfect a while ago. She is stuck right now, and that's why she had to say your name.
Yep. I mean, I guess she's in fight or flight mode, and she wants to fight because she's trying to protect herself and any integrity that she believes she has left. And sadly, the thing is that she started that roller coaster for herself. I tried to be a voice of reason for her for so long. I tried to get her to stop drinking. I tried to get her to worry more about the kids. I tried to get her to do stuff around her house, but she wouldn't do it. She wanted to sit and watch YouTube and keep up with everybody's antics.
So,
I went there twice.
A while ago, and I don't know if you can hear me, but you brought up a situation that I'd heard once before, and I heard it from a closer family member, but about the deal about Don Wells was, the way he had that trigger moment, the way he had that turnabout thing. And I think he was even, like you said, maybe run over, like he was going to actually run over Grandis or
He was going
something
to,
like
no,
that.
he was going to run over Candace.
Candace, he was going to run over her.
Yeah.
And he said how many times? 3 times, was it?
That he said 3 or 4 times. He had come home from a crack binge in Knoxville, and we had been trying to get the house clean and painted and move stuff around, and we had all been laughing and having a good time and getting stuff done, and we tried to keep spirits up. We tried to keep everybody motivated and getting stuff done. It was harder than it sounds being said. When he finally came home after Candace had reported him missing to the police, something just fell in the closet and my dog got scared. Sorry. So I'm horrible at hiding stuff for holidays, and apparently it decided it was going to topple over. But he had come home, and she was upset because he went to go to rehab. They had somehow talked him into going to rehab. I wasn't there for the conversation. I was up watching the house. And he had gone to this rehab, and it was only gone for a couple hours, and he had decided he didn't want to be there. So he came home. She was upset with him that he didn't follow through with it. She packed a book bag and she took off on foot. Well, he got in the car and he was going to chase after her down the driveway. And I said, Don, don't do this. Don't do this, Don. And I looked at Benny and I said, somebody's got to stop him. And we just kind of stared at each other. So I went outside and I put myself in the driver's side door so that hopefully he wouldn't go. But I was begging him in my head not to run me over either. And I said, Don, just give her some time to breathe. Everything's going to be fine. Just give her a little bit of time. She's got to have some time to clear her head. And I mean, there was a whole verbal argument that ensued prior to that. And he had launched her into the door with his shoulder and her mouth started to bleed. Mind you, she had just had her teeth pulled. So it just snowballed. And he said, I told him, I said, don't do this, Don. Just give her a little bit of time. And he said, I'm just going to run her over 3 or 4 times. And so I took off down the hill and I started screaming, Candace, he's going to run you over. Candace, he's going to run you over. And, for somebody that is looking out for her like that, why would I be such a bad person as to keep money from her or be there trying to have a hookup with Benny or supposedly having something to do with taking her kid? The whole thing is just bogus.
So, I know she's told me a lot of things, Candace has, especially about her relationships and things, people she liked. That's all I'm going to say is I'm just going to keep it as people she liked. And, you know what I mean by that. So,
yeah,
I don't want to get too much into that. But, one thing she talked about, I've heard the thing about the necks before that Don choked Candace and that he had her on. Did he actually have her on the ground to choke her?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay.
At the time that they had put it in the news, when there was no arrests made, it kind of startled me because there was no arrests made. Now they're not going to just put, if they get called to your house or my house or the neighbor's house and there's no arrest made, they're not going to put that in the news. So I blame some of the gaslighting on the media, because why would you put that in the news?
Well, I
and
see
just
Benny's in the
continue
chat
drama?
trying to throw everything off. But Benny, I mean, I think, you know, just saying someone's name, it ain't like you own somebody. You know that, right? It don't work like that. So you might well snap out of your little origin there, bro. But anyways, I was always wondering why you privated the thing when Shannon actually had a voice, you know, and you suppressed that voice. And that was wrong. That was really wrong. Shannon's a human being, and she deserved to be treated with respect. I'm a man, and I apologize. And I even apologize to Alan Entertainment. I apologize to him, too. I don't know if you've ever done that.
What in the world is going on in chat?
Benny's trying to control the chat as always. He's trying to push his narrative, and he's trying to take all the attention like he did off you once before. This is your time. You need to speak and show that you do have a voice. I promise you, none of my people will ever suppress you, and will always give you that opportunity to say whatever you want to, even if it's against me. Even if it's against me. Everybody has a right to choose. Everybody has that choice. Thank you.
People are asking what happened between me and Benny. We're not speaking because there was a misunderstanding that something was said on this channel about him, and in fact it was actually about Ernie, but you know, I wasn't given the chance to be heard on it in the way of, you know, go back and listen kind of thing. And that's fine. If he doesn't want to be associated with me anymore, that's fine.
Shit.
I know the truth, and I know what was said and what was not said. I also
45.
know that I didn't have any kind of relationships
Yeah, and you know,
with Benny.
I don't think it. You know, I would hope everybody could be civil about everything, but you know, hell, history showed. So, you know, I'm glad you get to finally get to talk your piece and say what needs to be said. And you know, and I both know why Benny's over here. He's going to make sure he controls the narrative and he controls what you say and don't say. You know, a lot of people message me and ask him about the YouTube with him and Tim Mullins, and who actually, and what Candace even said. Candace says she didn't want the YouTube or something like that, and that the money was, when she found out how much money was being made, it was a different story. I don't know, and I don't know nothing about that, but I mean, maybe, you know, some light on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about money that's being made. I don't have a channel. I don't know what Benny brings in. I don't know what Ernie brings in. I don't know what Bob and Lori bring in. I don't know anything about that stuff. All I know is that I went up to that hill because Summer's little face and story stole my heart. I cried and cried and cried. I don't know how many times I cried. I would call Benny crying because I had heard something and wanted to know if it was true. He was always professional with me. He never acted some type of way with me until recently. And a lot of that was the whispering in the ear. People were getting in his ear. And I don't feel like I got a fair shake. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it's just another one that's turned on me. For why? For having too big of a heart and being gullible and downright stupid. Because that's exactly how I feel. Because these people out here have dragged the shit out of me for no good reason. It's absolutely ridiculous. When I do something, I do it big or I don't do it at all. And I got involved and I've spent my own money and I spent my own time, and these people just don't get it. I've been doxxed. I'm not a creator. I'm not a creator. I have a family. I have a disabled son. I have a child that still is in elementary school. And now I've got people driving past my house. I've got people putting out what they think is my real address. I've got people making up lies saying that I abuse my children. I've got people making up lies saying that I do drugs. I supposedly have something to do with Summer missing. I invited Candace to my home because she was supposedly scared. She had told me that Ernie had dropped off sex toys at her house. She had told me that later that night, her mother saw Ernie and two or three other people at the bottom of the hill by the shed with flashlights. That's what she told me. I believe that's what she told Benny as well. So why is she telling all these things and then going back and telling Ernie all of the horrible things that she says about Benny? While she's also telling horrible things prior to her and I's fallout, she's telling people horrible things about me. I never once recorded Candace. I never had any intentions to. I've never met Summer, but I fell in love with her through the internet, through being in her home, seeing her toys and her clothes, and touching her swing, riding in the vehicle that she rode in. Ernie and I are both here right now because I reached out to Ernie and I wanted Ernie to understand that the things that Candace was having him put out about me were false.
Well, just all in general, everything that people was saying and coming to me about you, and and we already discussed it. I already told you, and I showed you. I mean, hell, I showed you the stuff. I mean, I showed you the text messages, and some of the shit that's just out there is just ridiculous. But there's also another part of this that there's a reason why it keeps going around in the circle, and that reason, well, I think me and you both know, if taken care of, can be settled, and maybe the investigation for Summer Wells, this poor little girl, can actually get straightened out and get on the right track. Now, there's a reason I wanted everybody to go over on this channel, because I have no other dealings with the Summer Wells thing. But this is in my heart to say that I was sorry for thinking you was someone else. And I do, and I admitted that. But I'm also there to help you with a lending hand if needed help.
I appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, I told you on the phone, and I've told Bob and Lori the same thing. Part of me misses Candace. Part of me misses her because there is a part of her that is fun. There is a part of her that you can tell is in pain, whether it's about Summer or the boys or her addictions, or that she's had to lie to protect herself and it just snowballs into more lies. Or her past. I don't know what it is. But she's somebody that you can talk to for hours when she's not under the influence of alcohol. But when it became more about her infatuation with Benny and how in love with Benny she was, and then right before we stopped talking and she had stopped talking to Benny, she then professed her crush that she had on Ernie. And
That's the funny part.
I couldn't believe it. I said, my God, Candace, you've got to fight for your boys, because she had let me know that she had gotten a letter in the mail that day that had basically said that she was not getting the boys back. And I was walking through Walmart when she told me that, and I stopped. And of course we were on video chat, and I just looked at her and I said, you can't, you've got to fight for them. And she said, I can't, it's done.
Wow.
And I said, you need to get a lawyer. She said, I've got a lawyer.
So
maybe you need to get a new one. Why
and there was a part of it, right, that she wanted Benny to come back to Tennessee and protect her, right? Was she being attacked then, or was that just what was that about?
She kept talking about trying to get Benny to come back. She kept talking about going and seeing Benny. I don't think it was a protection thing. I think it was more so her craving. She just needed him around because she was getting attention where she wasn't normally getting it from home. And it wasn't sexual attention. It wasn't any kind of attention like that. It was, Benny calls everybody baby. He calls everybody sweetheart. He tells everybody they're beautiful, things like that. So Candace, not realizing that everybody was being called that, she took it personally, and she was thinking that he was paying her attention that she wasn't getting from Don or anywhere else. So she kind of clung to that, and she would call me, and she would be drunk, and she'd say, am I stupid for loving this asshole? Am I stupid for being in love with this bastard? Da 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 da. And I'd tell her, Candace, no, you're not stupid. You're needing human attention. That's normal, but you're looking in the wrong places for it. You have a family. He has a family, and he's not interested in you like that. He's interested in trying to help you find your daughter. And she said, I know. He loves me like a sister, but I love the fool, or something like that. And I'm like, Candace. And then she would get even more upset, so I'd have to back off. And I think it was just for the attention. It wasn't for any kind of protection or any kind of help in her situation.
So let me ask you a question. When's the first time you received any kind of backlash? What happened? What did you do that made you get backlash?
I stood up for Candace on YouTube. Yep, I stood up for Candace on YouTube, and like I said, I was trying to put out flames, and I was trying to combat some of the lies and make people understand that the lies weren't helping anything. There was a time that her mom had lashed out at me because on Ziggy's panel they were talking about how her truck had been confiscated because it had blood in it, this, that, and the other, and I had corrected them that it wasn't. That Kenneth Bly, Candace's stepdad, was supposedly her biological grandfather and her biological father, and that maybe he did something to Summer. And the most ridiculous things. I understand people have nowhere to go, no proof, no leads, and your mind starts wandering, but you've got to watch how far it wanders. Some of the most random shit was coming out of YouTube, and me being me, I felt the need to interject myself and say, that's not true. This is what the truth is. She still has the truck. Kenneth Bly is not Candace's real father. He's not her grandfather. He didn't do anything to Summer. And then her mom lashed out at me then.
No, so this is before the fallout between any other YouTuber creator that was on Candace's side.
Right.
Than it is now, right?
Yeah.
Because I was on the hell right now. Hell, Candace has messaged me 15 times, and I'm not going to answer, and I'm not going to message back. Like I said, I don't want nothing else to do with it. Whoever the hell she's with, she's with. I have my own life to live. They have their own life to live, and like I said, you miss YouTube. Hell, if you turn YouTube off for about 4 hours to try to get some sleep, you're going to miss 3 days worth of life.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that when I started getting on my thyroid medicine and things started to get under control, I started back working again. I'd go to work one day and I'd come home and try to get caught up on what was going on, and I couldn't. You
can't. It just goes too fast.
You lose a whole season.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people judge people when they should have got the chance to get to know them first, and then instead of just throwing and going down with following that agenda. It's just like a trend. Like when we was in school, people would get Nikes. Everybody had Nikes. People would have to wear their shirts inside out. People wear their shirts inside out. I know you remember that shit.
Yeah.
People follow it. And
I don't know. The things that Benny and I seen when we were up there was enough to turn anybody's stomach. Just the detachment from the entire situation. If you tried to talk about the boys, if you tried to talk about Rose Bly, if you tried to talk about Summer, it really didn't go very well. It had to be brought up by Candace. And, a lot of times if we wanted to know something, I mean, for my own side, I would have to ask Grandma in private. And at one point, Grandma had confided in me and told me that she thought that Don, well, she didn't say she thought, she was coming across as basically certain that Don has done something to Summer. Scared the shit out of me. And, I had asked her a couple questions, and as much as people want to hate on Benny, I didn't see the Benny that you guys see. I saw a whole different Benny. He was a down-to-earth person that was, we talked while we were there, just like you and I are talking now, on a very normal keel. He was respectful to myself. He was respectful to Candace. He was respectful to her mom. He was even respectful to Don when Don was coming out of pocket. It's hard to explain, because I guess when you're in the middle of a situation like that, you aren't paying attention to certain things. I was blinded by the thought of there's a little girl missing, and he was a little more observant to some things that I wasn't. So there was a lot that he saw that I probably didn't notice that was going on.
So, so do you know anything at all about what Candace told me about the YouTube thing with Tim and Benny?
I don't know what you're referring to. I may, but I don't know what you're referring to.
It was like a YouTube channel or YouTube site or something like that. Everybody wanted to go to the site. I don't know. I mean, I just got like a bunch of texts, but where I talked to her, she just told me a bunch of stuff that she said she didn't authorize it, and that she didn't know that there's that much money being made, and just stuff like that.
Yeah, see, like I said before, I don't know anything about how much money is being made, other than there was a conversation had about the Summer Wells YouTube channel that Tim had created. And the thought was brought up of, is he making money? Because then that money could have gone to Don and Candace to help fix up their house and things. And I guess there was a big stink made about it. And then I got a message from Benny saying, be careful what you say to Candace, because she's just made a big stink about this. And then apparently it was looked into, and Tim wasn't making money off of it.
Okay, so I'm glad that cleared that up. Because, I mean, oh my God. That's all she brought up. Like, she was like, her rent was not her rent, but her damn light bill, her electric bill, or stuff was due. And she was asking for money, and nobody was giving her money. And
well, see, the funny thing is that I know for a fact she was getting money sent to her, because I've talked to several people that have sent her money via Cash App to help pay for her bills. And Benny was going to put out her account numbers for her power bill and things like that, instead of sending her money, because it was going straight to alcohol.
Okay.
But I know for a fact people were sending her money because they knew she was going to need money for her bills. At one point, Benny had given her a $300 Visa gift card, and he told her, spend this on the boys for Christmas. And Candace had called me.
You seen him give her this card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And she had called me on video chat on her way back up from Dollar General, and was telling me about how her and her mom went to lunch. She had gone and played the coin slot game where you throw the quarters in, and they're in a big pile, and it'll push them forward, and you get to collect them on the bottom. She goes to the tobacco shop and plays that. And then she went to the Dollar General and bought a whole bunch of like anchors and different oceanic themes stuff for her bathroom. And I kept telling her, Candace, you've got to be careful. And then she popped up with a whole big brand new bottle of whiskey. And I said, Candace, you got to be careful. You've got to tuck that money away, because you need to be able to pay your taxes. She said, Mom and I are going to split the taxes. I said, well, there's always light bills. And if you need to pay it ahead of time, so that way you have credit. I said, that money's not always going to be coming in. I'll be okay. She never asked me to send her any money, and I would have refused.
So you was a witness for BK leaving $600 cash on the table.
$300. It was a Visa gift card.
Okay.
He actually gave it to her mom, and then her mom gave it to her. He gave it to her mom with the intentions of her using it for Christmas presents for the boys, which never got bought.
Right. Okay. Cool deal. I see.
So there was a lot more money exchanged. There was a lot more money exchanged than what she has led Kathy to believe. There was one night when she thought you were there, and I was pounding down the chat trying to get her down here. I was going to bring her down here. I didn't tell anybody I was bringing her down here.
What do you mean thought I was there? I only went there like twice.
Well, she thought you were there with the sex toys.
Oh, hell no.
Well, that's what she's told everybody.
Well, she told me BK told her that. So, I mean, I was just trying to clear shit up.
Well, if Benny was there, he might have seen somebody who it was, but he wasn't there, right? So he's got to go by what Candace says. And it was Candace's mouth that told me that you were there. And that
you see what I'm getting at. Her mind changes and she tells so much shit. Like, I've got screenshots. She told me, she said, "Hey, I need help. I need you to help me here doing that." And then, by God, I'm talking to Tiff on the phone. And then the next thing you know, I go up there and hell has broken loose. Like the police are waiting, and it's just like, who the hell called the police? And, just from what all it was. So.
Yeah, the police are sick of being up there.
Oh, I know that. And it's just when I was just up there feeding the animals. I mean, hell, I didn't go up there to feed the animals. I didn't know nothing about the animals. I met the animals. The animals met me. One about knocked my legs out from under me. So I mean,
when I was up there, those animals were all healthy. They were all fine. No, they never got vet treatment, but they were fine. They were healthy. They were happy. They were friendly little dogs. Like they'd jump up and chew on your fingers and stuff. But they were good. And they had about 12 or 13 bags of dog food in that little cupboard that was outside the stairs there.
Yeah, but it was rained on it. It rained and dissolved everything. There was rain. The water had already built up in it. There was no dog food. It dissolved everything. Hell, the cat was you couldn't pull the cat out of the dog food. It was so hungry.
Yeah. See, and when she was feeding them, she would just slice open a bag of food and throw it on the ground. One for the dog, one for the dogs, one for the cat. And they were the big bags. And the cat and the dogs would just go over and nibble slowly. So you could tell they weren't starving. And then if there was anything left on the stove, she would make spaghetti and leave it on the stove. And then she'd say, "Can you dump this out for the dogs?" And it would just go out and they would just eat it. And she had all kinds of different food. And then when Betty and Molly and all them had dropped off those bags of dog food, she told me, she said, "Go take that dog food home for your dog. I don't want it." She said, "I don't know what they've done to it. So look at it closely before you go to use it." I said, "I highly doubt they've done anything to that dog food." And she said, "Well, I've got 13 bags out there in that cabinet. I don't need it. If I need more, I'll go to the Humane Society and get more. They'll give me more."
Wow. So
it's a play on the system. She knows where to get what when she needs it.
Right. So let me ask you a question. So what brings us where we're at right now with you not being heard and, you just being treated unequal? Because that's what it is. And then,
I don't necessarily want to be treated equal to anybody. I just don't want to be rammed into the ground with rumors and bullshit lies because it's unnecessary. What good is it going to do to help bring Summer home or to find who took her or who had a hand in her missing? What good is it? People have asked me, "Oh, have you heard about this case, or did you hear about what happened here?" No, I didn't. Nope. Because I've unsubbed and stay away from most channels. This is where you'll find me. And
well, I appreciate you coming on my panel. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
And I think people, and you've seen people, they greeted you, and they give people time. I mean, and that's good. And since we're talking about subs, if everybody likes what they're hearing right now, especially with Ion in my room, in my channel, and on my subs, hey, I encourage you, like the channel, sub to the channel. I don't tell nobody who they can and cannot sub through, and that's one thing I make really, really clear.
Yep. And the thing is that I don't have to worry about getting lied on or lied to on this channel.
It seems like it really seems like a modest channel. I mean, there ain't too much in the chat going right now that's ridiculous, but it's still it's. I've noticed the host is like, hey, I'll let you guys talk, and that right there means a whole lot. Hey, my respect. Hey, that means a lot right there. That means a whole lot because most hosts want to make it about themselves, and me seeing that right there and letting two people just just come together with their differences and just talk about it and just see what's different, and that means a lot. That means a whole lot.
And it wasn't even brought up for you to come over here for views or subs or money or anything like that, because it was offered to you for you to stream on your channel as well, so that way your people could stay on your channel if they felt the need to, so that they didn't feel forced to come over here.
Well, I think joining a bridge and kind of like future references to see exactly our differences and what our likes are. I think that's important. I think that's very important because deep down, I think we have similar interests. We really do.
Right. Without losing sight, though, of, so many people will say, oh, they did this for clicks and views. No, absolutely not. Because Ernie can tell you that it was offered to him to stream on his channel, which would have avoided.
And what did I tell you? And what did I tell you? Out of respect, I've never streamed nobody, and I never will.
Yeah.
So, and in the beginning, before the show started, getting to talk to one of the hosts, and I was like, well, hey, I apologize. I said, look, we both, and he even apologized to me. It ain't like we've been best of friends. I mean, we haven't. I think we both jumped in way, way ahead of time, and we didn't check it twice, cut it once.
Yep. I want it to be known that I'm just a normal person. As normal as it can be, I guess, right?
Nah, I was getting ready to say, you're as far as normal than I've ever seen anybody. So no, hell no. You don't get to use no normal.
I just want to say to Bob, he's on the screen, just so he knows, because he can't see. But you're there.
1 second. Let me get these sunglasses back on. I started wearing sunglasses because, I was born with a visual condition that leaves me with no vision in my left eye and like 20/1000 in my right. And I kind of, in the onset, was like, well, I just want to be out here. If my eyes scare people, then so what? But it's like, there's more important things than my eyes being shown. And that's the thing. It's like tonight is a night about getting some things cleared up. This case has caused any of us who have been involved with it to any degree, whether you're a viewer or a creator or both, it has emotionally messed up a lot of people, and it's caused a lot of us to go crazy. Lori and I have been on the receiving end of some stuff from some creators. I won't mention them out here. Lori's daughter was made fun of because of her behavioral diagnosis. We had worrying about swatting and stuff like that. And Lori and I are just two disabled single parents. We don't make a lot of money. We're on disability. This channel tonight, we could care less about clicks and views tonight. It's not about that. We do hope to earn money through the channel to offset costs, because with inflation and all that, as everybody knows, man, out here in California where I am, gas prices are going around like $6.50 a gallon in some places. Now, I can't drive or anything. I was working for 6 months. My thing is I want to take care of my family. Lori's my family. We're going to be meeting for the first time next month. I'm going to go to British Columbia to see her. And situations that have happened. I mean, I've reacted against Ernie, and I apologize for that. We may not agree on things, and that's okay, because we can be adults and agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
I've had, he was here in chat too. I've had some issues with Benny. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to be like these creators are and put the text messages out on screen as to what was said to me and stuff. I was tempted to, but what's it going to solve? But the thing is we have this little girl who's been gone for almost a year. I fell in love with her laugh when I saw a video of her. I have 2 kids who I'm on my own with who are 10 and 12. If one of mine was missing, I wouldn't know what the heck to do because my boys have been with me for a long time. And this needs to get back to being about that little girl and figuring out what's going on, because I'm going to say this and it's probably going to sound really harsh. It's not even about closure for the parents anymore. It's about closure for all of us. Because this case has screwed a lot of us up. A lot of us have gotten emotional anxiety, a lot of stuff over this case. And we got to focus on that little girl, not the drama and all the BS that's going on. That little girl, she deserves better than this crap. She deserves so much better than this crap. But I'm going to shut up now because I talk too much.
But
Do
now
you know
that
how
you
many
said something,
times?
go ahead.
Do you know how many times I've cried and hoped and prayed that somehow? And I know that I'm nobody to Summer. She's never met me. I've never met her. But if only there was a way that somebody would find her alive and well, and if her parents were mistreating her, I would happily take her into my home and make her one of my own and put her in pretty little dresses so that she could twirl if that's in fact what she liked to do, and take her out on the 4-wheeler and play in the mud like a little tomboy, and do her hair and all kinds of stuff, because those are the things that she deserves. Those are the things that all kids deserve.
You know, the thing about it is her childhood now, at least a year of it almost, has been taken from her, has been stolen from her. And it's untelling what's really, and that's the part about it, the not knowing. The not knowing is what really gets everybody with this, because you don't know. No one knows. It's just a mystery. And it's sad that it happened to this little girl.
Just out of curiosity, Ernie, what do you think happened to Summer?
Did you hear Lori?
Did I think it went out or something. I don't know. Was that a question asked for me?
Yeah, Lori asked you, just out of curiosity, what do you think happened to Summer?
I think she was sold, or a debt paid, or she was used as a debt paid.
I've wondered about
Let's say
that.
that. There's just a lot, even with talking to Candace, there's just a lot of things, like you even said, some of the things she told you that I didn't know about, that I told you, and we kind of agreed about, when it would come time to any kind of search, any kind of her involvement in helping, it was always, oh yeah, I'm all for it. But when you get it done and get ready for it, oh no, they're not there. Just like the text message she sent me, there's no way it's, just that. It makes me sick to even talk about it, because I just don't think that there's a lot of people doing what needs to be done.
And I had asked her several times about searching. Hey Candace, if you had to pick any place, where would it be that you would search for your daughter? I don't know. And in a way I could understand. In a way I can see, if you're out in the middle of an ocean on a boat and you drop your phone, where the hell do you look for it? Because the water's moving, the boat's moving. It's you don't know where to start. And it's too vast. So it depends on what you believe happened to her as to where you would search. Do you think it fell in that boat? Do you think it fell in the water and landed right at the bottom? Okay, well, let's back up and go back to where we were. She had no ideas as to where she would search. And I can get that. I understand that. But to not make any effort blew a lot of our minds. you know, I watched her look at little kids as we were walking around Dollar General and kids were getting in and out of cars. And she had explained it away to me that she looks in vehicles to see if Summer's in one of them. And that hit me in the heart because I was gullible. And it may have been, but the other actions from her speak so much louder that that wasn't the truth. I told you earlier that I had actually messaged her one time and I had said, what if I got a few people together that I'm close with, you know, some family and some really close friends, and we came up there and did whatever you needed us to do and went wherever and searched. And you know, as long as you approved of the people that were there and you guys led what you wanted us to do. She said, no, we're good. I said, okay, would you like me to come up by myself and help you? No, we're good. I don't know about the rest of yous, but shit, I would want everybody, including Joe Biden, to come and help search for my child. He might forget where the hell he's at. But I'd want everybody that had feet to be out there damn cruising around looking for my kids, walking through woods, walking through ditches, looking in people's sheds. Find my damn child and I will be right there next to you. Why did so many people have to shed tears and spend time and money away from their families and away from their daily activities to just be headbutted with, nah, I'm not going to do it? Why were there so many times that she called me and said, I want a new Monopoly board. Will you find me a North Carolina Monopoly? Oh, will you get me a North Carolina sweatshirt? What? Sure, Candace, I'll get you those things. But why the hell were you not looking for your daughter? Why the hell did you tell me that you needed your stairs rebuilt that went downstairs, and you needed your ceilings redone, and you needed your light fixtures fixed, and you needed this and you needed that? But then when I asked you the next time, no, I didn't say the stairs need to be fixed. That was just something Donnie wanted to do. When Benny would ask her what needed to be done for the boys to come home, the list would completely change. And then I was on the phone with her one day. I'm sorry, I retract that. I was on her laptop talking to her on Facebook because she had two Facebooks that she was using. One was on her phone and one was on her laptop. And she had called me and we were on video chat together. And Don called her on her phone from jail. She had it to where I could hear him. She had him on speakerphone and they were talking. And of course I was trying not to pay attention, but I overheard her say something about fixing up the house and then selling it. Is that all it was? Was she reaching out to Benny and Cam and Allie and all these other people? Myself, I had two other people, well, three other people that were going to go up there and do the sheetrock down in the basement. Was it all a ploy to try to get the house fixed up so they could sell it? That's sickening to me. Absolutely sickening. You can't go on the news and say, I have to stay here because what if Summer comes wandering back to the house? And then sit there and say something along the lines of selling it. And then muted Dawn. When her own mother told me that she's certain that Dawn had something to do with Summer's disappearance. And when I asked her, well, why do you think that? And she said, I know my son-in-law. And she had stated that I had asked her, I said, okay, so if you think Dawn did this, do you think she's alive? She said, no. I said, do you think they'll ever find her? And she said, no. I lost my shit. I lost my shit to the point where the only one that I had there to be able to tell was Benny. And it was a relief to tell him. Because then I wasn't the only one carrying that egg. Then I find out that she's telling a lot of people this same story. She said that she had told TBI this already. I had spoken to the PIs about it. I had cried with the PIs about it. But interestingly enough, when the police were up there, I never heard out of her mouth anything new, Have you guys gotten any more tips or leads? Nothing. Nothing pertaining to Summer. And when I say the police being up there, TBI was there, Hawkins County was there, and the lead investigator from TBI was there. Never once did she ask any of them, the 2 times that the police were there, if they've heard anything new on her child.
Wow. So, of course, you know, they're going to give up new updates and whatever. Of course, they probably didn't have many updates to give her. But did she even consider like she was concerned?
No. No, and they asked her about if there was any kind of a tracker on the Subaru when Dawn was gone, when she did the missing persons report. And she said, I don't know. And it came out that, well, isn't there like OnStar? And the police officer said, I believe it's Starlink that's in that.
Starlink.
So he got on his phone, and he must have been able to do something on his phone, but he got on his phone and he said, it's not activated. Candace says, well, can I activate it? I said, Candace, if it's like OnStar, I think it has to be, the car has to be there with you so that you can push the little button and talk to the people and they'll activate it. And because he was in Knoxville doing his drug binge, you can't do that. And you have them here because you don't know where Don is. They asked her where she thought he was. She didn't tell them, I think he's doing a drug binge in Knoxville. She knew where he was. She told me that she knew he was in Knoxville on a drug binge. She never told them that.
Wow. Let me address this question here. Ernie Cheshire Cat wants you to address the hate sent her way. What hate was sent her way? I don't understand that. Cheshire Cat actually reached out to me through email. I don't know exactly what's going on. Help me out there, Bob.
I was gonna pop in about that and ask if you'd be okay if Cheshire Cat came up here for a moment, and because this is neutral ground here.
Yeah. I just didn't know. Last time Cheshire come up on my panel, you know, they said cats don't talk. I didn't know. So yeah, I would love to hear Cheshire Cat.
Let me put the link in for Cheshire Cat to come up. Because tonight, you know, it's not about fighting. It's not about any of that stuff. Just, I think we've all seen how the YouTube rumor mill works, and it sucks, you know.
I put it in already.
Okay, thanks, son. All right, I'm gonna hop backstage, and then when Cat comes up, we'll bring her up, and we can get that sorted out too, and just, you know, get some things resolved, because, man, this case has caused a lot for all of us. And I know that there are people out there who disagree. There's probably some people who are really ticked off with us having Ernie up here. Not trying to be mean, but, you know, we're doing what we feel is the right thing to do. And we can all be adults for a night. We can have our grievances. We can do all of that. But again, that little girl deserves better. Shannon deserved to have her story told and clear things up. She's been dragged out here so freaking bad.
Well, you see, I never even knew that. I never even knew about her story, that she was even private. That was private. That should have never been private.
Yeah, that's not happening over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen over here. This video is going to stay out. We don't put stuff like that. You know, and Lori and I talked about that. We've talked about with our mods. Anything to do with any case that we talk about, it will not be put behind a paywall, because that stuff, how is it going to help anybody if you have to pay to see it?
Well, you know? Here's something else that I'm looking at. She's just come out and she's told her story and the things that happened to her. There's going to be other people look at that and they're going to be like, oh, wait. Because, I mean, I'm getting messages daily of people who used to be so-and-so supporters, and they're like, look, I was wrong. And you know, it takes a lot for someone to come out and say they're wrong. Or and, you know, a lot, and that never happens no more. That never happens. Mm-hmm. Never.
Shoot, I'm wrong a lot of the time. So.
Okay, I just want to say something. MC Lick Pop or whatever. Are you speaking about us? That Ernie's been dragged in here?
In the past,
we've had issues with Ernie.
We've had issues. And we apologize for that. And, you know, I'll be the first to publicly apologize, because, you know, I mean, we've had issues with some other creators over things that have happened. And there's no excuse.
Let
don't.
me ask you this. Do me a favor, and if you support, if we get along now, please support what I'm doing with YouTube. And block means block. Changing community standards. Please support.
I agree with that. I fully agree with that, because it's just like Facebook. When you block somebody, you can't see their stuff. This restreaming bull crap that goes on, it's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of BS, and we've and not trying to start crap with those who do it. You know what channel I'm talking about that's been restreaming your stuff. We've seen that you were stalked. We may not have agreed with some stuff, but the thing is, the way that you were treated, you were stalked and all that stuff when you were coming out of the courthouse, that was a bunch of BS. This stuff has gone too far. But when somebody gets blocked out here, they shouldn't be able to see your channel content anymore. I fully agree with that. Fully agree with that. And I mean, I'm out here in California. If I could find a way up there, I'd stand with you on that. I'd be proud.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot. And just to hear that, and something else, I believe that people should only be able to have 5 accounts, and they should have to provide who they really are. People, there's not enough checking, not enough identification. People or everybody here. I mean, it could be anybody. You could have a serial killer right now watching all this and getting all this information, because it goes for the good or the bad. Who wants it the most?
That's exactly why people shouldn't be doxing either.
That's it. And that stuff is against YouTube's terms of service, but it happens all the freaking time out here. That's why I changed my channel. I used to put videos up of my kids and stuff as they were growing up. I don't do that anymore, especially after the crap that Lori and I have been through. I'm not doing it anymore for the sake of my kids. It's just,
Now explain who is it? Is it Lori? Is that what her name is?
Yeah, her name's Lori.
Mm-hmm. Lori, okay, Lori. So I've heard some things you went through. I mean, like I said, I didn't know much about what happened, but obviously people talked about you. I don't know exactly what all happened. I've heard it like bits and pieces through the night.
Right. You mean what happened to me regarding?
Well, I guess was it you that they're talking about when they say, was you suppressed? I mean, what happens? Because like I don't really look at other people's channels, and the ones I do look at, my attention's not there all the time. I just watch a couple minutes of it and I jump in and out.
Oh, I don't know. What were you going to say, Bob?
I was going to say if it had to do with a situation, well, we've talked about out here, and now any channels that are mentioned out here, we don't encourage anybody to go and flag them, strike, go after them. We don't encourage harassment over here. We may talk about stuff, but we don't encourage anybody to go and harass them. But we did have a falling out with AB back in January. We had Hunter's dad on here, and he came to us. He reached out to us. He came up and interviewed. He misled us. But back then we didn't know that, and our stuff was restreamed by AB, and we spoke out because we wanted to stand up for Andrew. And well, that caused the week from hell to ensue. It was bad. It was bad. Lori got.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, we had Doug from No Thanks Investigates coining the terms for Lori, 700 pounds and homebound. They were making fun of my eyes. I could care less if they make fun of my eyes. They can't hurt me nowhere near as bad as my dad did when he was alive.
Well, here's the thing. I would like, I'm not rich out to many people, but I would like you to help me with this next show that I'm doing. And if you wanted to come over, it'd be awesome. But it's over the way that my brother, I mean, this is a victim, one of his victims. I don't know if you was listening to before the show, the Amanda girl. That he done a number on her. He done a number on her, and he was going to kill her. He was going to break her neck and run her car into a tree and act like that's what happened. And I'd like you to help me, and maybe we can. She's wanting to get her story out, so I want to get her out more often. And she's a teacher now. She watches over clients now and stuff, but she's a productive figure in society now, and you can imagine just what she went through and endured in that.
So she's not a victim, she's a survivor.
There you
Well,
go.
I mean, victim slash survivor. Well, yeah, you're right. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, survivor.
She's
Was
no
that the
longer
lady?
a victim. She's gotten away and she's a survivor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
they
got.
survived.
It was a
Cat's here.
wild.
Oh,
It
we
was a
got
wild
Kat.
deal.
I think I can hear you, Kat.
Can you hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
You sound a little farther in either that or it's
I
just
cannot
from
hear the cat.
the sickness.
You can't hear me? I'm a girl. I'm a girl cat. You hear that?
Well,
I'm gonna
hello,
mute.
girl cat.
I'm gonna mute.
Okay, I hear the girl cat. Go ahead.
How you doing, Ernie?
How you doing? I've been
doing
reading
good.
your messages on Gmail. Thank you.
Okay, well,
I
I need you to,
don't actually really know what to say. I mean,
I need
hell,
you to reach,
I'm hearing a cat talk and I'm seeing a cat write. I mean, type. I mean, hell.
I need
How
you
you
to
doing?
reach out. I need you to reach out to me, okay?
What's that?
I need you to reach out to me, okay?
Copy that. I got you.
Awesome
Give me
stuff.
I'm on a tour thing right now. Give me a little bit till tonight, and I actually get into a modern day vehicle, and I'll reach out to you or call you. Okay, is that cool?
That sounds cool. Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of like recovering from COVID right now, so like, yeah.
Oh gosh, I understand that. Well, I
But
appreciate
yeah,
that. Thank
I'm
you.
cool. You know, I'm on the tail end of this. But, you know, thank you everybody who's in chat for showing up to our little humble home. This is where we like to hide and rest our paws, and it's a safe place here.
And Cat's a wonderful kitty.
She really
And-
is.
And Ernie, I'd like to point out as well that Cheshire is a nurse and she has her patients praying for you.
Yep, this
Oh,
is very
that's awesome.
true.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, like I said, I was iffy about it, but now that you said that, I will reach out to you. I think I understand a little bit too. I will reach out to you for sure. Definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. I need to talk to you about something.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Thanks for listening.
Hey,
And as far as
Cheshire.
Hey, yeah.
I think you know that I know and understand a little bit more too than meets the eye, right?
Absolutely, I sure do.
Okay, cool deal, babe. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
somebody, I think it was Sandra, if it's okay, I don't want to delve into this, but if you and Shannon still have more to discuss, be glad to mute. Sandra had asked a question about how Lori and I met and everything.
Go for it.
Okay, you okay with that, Ernie?
So you guys are wait a minute. You guys are a couple, right?
Yeah, we are. We're in a long distance
I
relationship.
I didn't know that. Hey, it's awesome. That's awesome. I did I
Yeah.
said, I did not know.
I'll be flying up there to meet her and spend some time. I was working for 6 months as a with my blindness. I have a lot of experience with assistive technologies, and I had a job teaching others who were going through blindness and things how to use that technology. But I walked away from it because of the toxicity. And I was originally planning on going up there to meet Lori, and I was only going to spend a week, but I extended it to about a month. At that time, when I fly up there, we'll have been together for 18 and a half months, but have never met. And so we actually met. Well, Hun, do you want to chime in on this?
Chime in and what? You tell the story so much better than I do.
Yeah, but I don't want your voice to be silenced either, because I talk too freaking
Bob
much.
forgot the anniversary date.
No, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't. It's November 21st.
It was
Uh-oh.
my birthday, actually.
Yeah, her birthday.
So seriously,
Right.
okay, this is what happened. I had gotten out of a bad relationship like 2 months before and whatever. So anyhow, for my birthday, I had, or a day before or so, I had messaged Bob on, see, you tell it so much better because you remember what it is. I don't.
Wait a minute. I got a question already. I've already got the question ready. Hold on a second. I need to know okay, so what grabbed you? How did you get her attention? What did you say? That is.
I have no idea because I feel like she went from the frying pan into the fire. But I'm
No,
pretty
you got
self-deprecating.
this. You got this.
She'll have to explain that one.
I had messaged him and whatnot to ask if he wanted to be on the show because at the time it was more
Okay.
focused toward blind people. And he had messaged me back and whatever. So anyhow, we started talking. But on my birthday, I had wished that I would meet my Prince Charming and all this other stuff. And it happened to be that my birthday wish had come true because he had messaged me on my birthday. He messaged me back. And then we just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. And now we're here. We're 16 days away from actually physically meeting each other.
Yeah.
Wow, you lucky dog, you. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can't wait. There's been a lot that's happened. We've had our rocky roads and stuff like that, but I do love that woman, and I'm not ashamed to say it out here. I'm not ashamed to say it anywhere. Never met her, but
Oh,
I
wow.
love her, and you know, she's gotten to know my kids. I've gotten to know hers, and you know, we sometimes will play games together. I can't do it anymore because my computer's a piece of junk nowadays. But you know, it is what it is. We play some games together, even though I'm terrible at them because of the vision. But it's just, you know, Lori's the main person, who has been there, the main adult who has been there with me through the pandemic. And you know, I've been inside my house most of the time. I mean, I was most of the time anyways. I started going back to college in 2020 after getting out of a really, it was a second marriage that was a sham. Long story there. I had started back to college looking to go into psychology until I had taken this job last October, which was my first job. The blind community has an unemployment rate of like 70 to 80% or more, which really sucks. It was my first job in 21 years. I hope that, you know, I can either start my own business or get back to work when I get down here in the beginning of July. But I want to
give me a rundown of your skill sets. Let me know what your hobbies.
I'm a computer guy. I have an associate's in computer information systems. I have experience.
So you know
with
how
Linux.
to use this YouTube really well, right?
My problem is I'm self-deprecating, but yes, I do know how to use it. I do know some video editing. I'm not going to promote some of the stuff that I'm doing because that's not about this.
Right.
But I am trying to get myself a better system.
Okay. So you need a computer, right?
Yeah, I have a GoFundMe up for that, but I'm not posting that out here.
What kind of computer you need? What kind of computer you need?
I'm trying to get my hands on a Mac Studio. It's a super pricey system.
So around a couple $1,000.
$3,500 is what I've got.
30. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool deal. So if you had that, what exactly could you do that you're not doing now?
I would have more power for video creation. I actually own software that I got on a student discount, like Final Cut Pro, which is a very high-end video editing app.
I've heard of Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, I have an app that's called Scrivener because I love to write. I had a novel that I started in 2018, never finished it because my self-esteem sucks. I'm not going to lie. I deal with a lot of mental health issues. But
I can help you with that. I'm good with that. Oh God, yeah. I'm the icebreaker. Yes, exactly. I'll help you. Yeah, heck yeah, man. I can help. I build that steam up real fast. I'll tell you what, man. We'll get you on some of this Lightning Tiger, and I'm telling you what the truth. You'll feel like a different man. You'll wake up in the mornings and you'll be like a whole new different person. I'm telling you right now. You'll think better. You'll watch your body just change automatically.
All I know
Ernie,
is
Bob's not telling you. What Bob's not telling you is he worked in a very toxic place.
It was bad.
And it got to the point where his stress level was so high because of the harassment and bullying on YouTube, but then also the toxic workplace. And he was basically forced to leave his job. If he can get a new computer, then he'll be able to actually help people that have visual issues do what they need to do to get through in life as well. And he can actually maintain an income that way, taking care of his kids.
I want to get off of SSI, and I want to be a better provider, not just for my kids, but for Lori as well, because she's my family. And, you know, I love that woman. I eventually one day hope that she can move down here, get better medical help. She has her own, you know, medical disabilities as well. And I want to take care of her. I love that woman. You know, it sounds like a, you know, sappy thing, but I'm one of the emotional kind of guys. I cry. I'm not ashamed of it. You know, it is what it is. But I want to build something. You know, my first job.
Hold on, Bob. I got a lot of people in the chat right now. Hold on one second. I don't mean to interrupt you, but hey, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to help this man.
It's not about me though. Not tonight.
No. I'm going to help you. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to help this man, because I think we should do a show and I'll even bring the panel, or I'll have you on my panel, and I want to help you raise the money for this. I want to help you do that. I'm going to donate to you myself. Here, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to help this man. Let's show them how we do it. Let's show them how we raise money to help people.
Here's my thing though. I've seen other YouTubers who have used Summer's case and, you know, made so much money off of it for better or for worse. Some of them have actually helped. Some of them haven't. I don't want that to be about that. I've only been sharing my GoFundMe out on Facebook. I've put it in the chat here at times, but I mean, you can ask Shannon and Lori. Like Lori and I started a GoFundMe to be able to meet in December, and I didn't want to do it. I don't like asking. I want to be the one to help, not the one, you know, asking for it. It's the way I've always been.
Ernie, my daughter's
have you ever put it to the fact that, you know, you may not be asking for it, but maybe people see that you could help possibly, and maybe you're limited on the resources to help, and you could use this in a lot more ways than what you just said.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, limited resources. I mean, Lori and I. You okay if I disclose what we get, hon?
Yeah, go for it. I don't care.
Our income wise on disability is about like $1,000 a month, something like that is what we get. She's taking care of her son. I'm taking care of my 2 kids. Their mom helps with child support. After my hospitalization incident, because I believe I had a mini stroke with all the YouTube drama and the work stress back in March, that helped to make things. I mean, it helped me to realize some crap about myself too. And life is short. It's too short for all that crap.
Well, I want to help. I want to help, and I'm sure my people want to help. As a matter of fact, I know they want to help. You show a way that not many people actually have anymore, and that's that kindness. When look, there's one thing I say: you cannot fake passion. That is one thing in this world you cannot fake. It's passion.
Truth.
You can fake anything else, but you'll never fake passion. And I'm seeing that right now. I'm seeing that in a way that I'm saying, hey, I want to help. There you go.
Ernie, my daughter's birthday is coming up, and Bob and Lori sent me $20 to buy her a gift, as well as one of our mods, DW. She sent a couple presents for my daughter. None of them had to do that. I didn't ask them to do that.
No, she didn't.
And knowing that Bob and Lori have a limited income and they're trying to do for themselves as well, they still did that.
Man, we try to take care of our family.
Well, here's the thing, and it shows. It shows. I mean, that's just it. It shows. I mean, I can see it. You got this glow about you. I mean, hell, I'm about ready to give you a job right now. You know, not know much about YouTube, but I got about maybe help me. I mean, hell, I'll pay you good, and I'll pay you really good. But I want to help you, and I'm sure my people want to help you. I have thousands of followers, thousands, and they're real people. They're not these fake people. They're real, and we will help.
Well, that means a lot. I mean, you know, there's things I want to do to, you know, for Lori as well, and it's like, you know, she deserves so much better than what she's gotten, and I'm not going to put it all out here, but she's struggled more through this pandemic than people realize. And the thing is, for me, like, and we've had our rocky roads because of our mental health and crap like that, but this woman, she's come out here on YouTube about every day trying to provide a place where people can come and talk and, you know, try to keep things civil. We're not perfect. We've made our mistakes. We're flawed. I mean, nobody's perfect out here. But one of the things that Lori wanted to do with this channel was to provide a place where people could talk and have differences of opinion without all the trolling and the BS. And she's worked her butt off on this channel. When we almost lost it in that situation with AB, it took a toll on her. And we fought to get it back. And, you know, she's a wonderful woman. She does not get anywhere near the credit that she deserves. She is an amazing person. And she deserves so much better in this life. And I want to try as much as I can. Like, you know, I can email you about skills and stuff like that, because I do have
exactly.
some tech
I want you to email me, realernieshell@gmail.com. realernieshell@gmail.com.
Can I also tell you that Lori's a survivor herself?
She is. She's been through a lot of abuse. She deserves so much better. And I as imperfect as I am and as messed up as I am, you know, I am committed to her, and I do sincerely want to give her a better life. I love that woman. I love the person who she is. I love her passion for people.
You know, to say that who I am, and I don't let people know a lot about me or what. I actually like to take the abuse because it actually gives me something to sleep on at night, and it actually helps me sleep. I'm not gonna lie. It's something because I'm one of those people who, when like get challenged with something, I'm always gonna be like, I got to raise the bar here. I got to go here. I got to do this. I got to do that. Hell, like I dive off an airplane and shit like that. But anyways, that's kind of my mind is. But here's the thing about it: you're real. There's not many people out there who's not. You know what I'm saying? There's not many people out there who is real. You are. I can see that through you right now. And here's the thing: I've only talked to you like 1 or 2 times, and I know we had a hell of an argument, and we didn't like each other or whatever because I didn't give you enough time. You didn't give me enough time. I didn't give you enough time. Time is the answer to every question. Always remember time.
Agreed.
Shannon is an amazing person.
And I'm going to help. I'm going to help you raise this money. I need to know when you email me. Give me the statistics. You see, I'm gifted with this because I do have sponsors out there who offer thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't take it. I do have those sponsors out there that are looking for projects and looking for people that they want to, help and people. And I love that. I love that about, I had that ability. I had that vast, broad area that can be covered. And I want to put people in that area who I can use for the greater good. And I think you would be awesome. Because I know if you had your equipment, you could do way more than what you're even saying you could do right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I'm a pretty simple person. I care about people, and I wanted.
AB.
Hey, AB, and that's the thing. It's like, as messed up as I am, that's why I originally wanted to, try to go back to school for psychology. I want to be in a place where I can be useful to people. When I wasn't working, I was going and donating blood and platelets and stuff because, unfortunately, not saying this for pity party or nothing like that. It's just the reality, and there are a lot of people who are blind who feel the same way, but they don't say it because they get slammed by others in the blind community for it. There are times I feel useless. And I want to do stuff to help people. Lori's like that too. She's not blind, but she deals with her own medical issues. And YouTube is her way of, we do hope to earn some sort of supplemental income out here, but the money isn't number one out here. It's providing a place where people can come and talk and stuff. And like I said, we're not perfect people. We dragged you when we were going through that stuff. And again, I apologize for that. Same with the stuff with AB. We may not agree on everything, but man, this pandemic and all this crap, it's definitely taken the adult out of a lot of us, myself included.
But you know what puts it back into you is your heart, and you cannot fake passion, and I see it all over you guys, and that means so much to me. Hell, you touched me tonight, and that means a lot because that's not easy to do for me.
Well, we wanted to make sure that if you came over here tonight, that the harassment wasn't going to happen. Tonight was not the night for that crap, and wanted to keep true to our word on that. It wasn't, because you just never know sometimes anymore whether it's a setup or what it is. But as imperfect as we are, we try.
I've had my share of them setups.
Yeah.
Oh God, Almighty, bro. Oh man, I completely. I used to love my favorite color used to be blue, and now I try to avoid blue flashing lights at all costs.
So there.
Well, look, I want to send me an email and help me with my next guest. I want you to help me with my next guest. I want someone genuine. I want to bring over someone who don't have much of knowledge about the case and all. That way it's fair and fair. And I want you to just hear from this lady, her heart.
If I can ask though, Lori and I, we do things together. But
exactly.
If she's good and we can talk about it, would
you
be all right if it's
Yes, for sure. I don't want you to just jump into it. I want y'all to talk about it. And just email me and I'll send you all the things about what's going on, and I'll send you even more. I've got even bigger things coming up.
And with the doxing, and I mean no disrespect, I'm just going to say it here, like we don't believe in the doxing stuff here. It messes with lives. I mean, there are definitely a lot of haters out there. I saw a comment out there in the chat. There are definitely a lot of haters out there, and I told Lori, I was like, no matter how big this channel gets, let's promise ourselves we will not get into the doxing and all that stuff. It just hurts people.
The
I mean, you've been,
doxing, the CPS calling,
yep,
especially the CPS calling, because if CPS was involved where they needed to be, then maybe Summer wouldn't be missing right now.
I agree 1,000% on that. I agree 1,000% on that. A while ago, my channel. Okay, so here's the thing. My channel gets hacked all the time. My Facebook gets hacked. I show my ID. I don't know, probably twice a week on Facebook at the most, or at the least. And I'm just telling you, it's just like I've never called CPS on nobody. I have never called CPS on nobody. I don't work like that. I'm not the kind of person to call CPS. The kind of person I am is the kind of person to run up, grab you out your window, and hit you about 50 times before your eyes blink. That's me. I mean, that's just me. But I could also be a nice guy. But I'm not the law calling type, and I'm damn sure not the CPS calling type. I know how that goes.
well, for me, honestly, the CPS stuff scared the crap out of me because I've heard stories of people through an organization I was affiliated with where CPS came and took kids away from parents just for one reason. They were both blind. They were out walking with their kids, and a neighbor, unnamed, of course, called CPS, and their kids were taken away just because they were blind. They were good parents, and it's happened on multiple occasions. And so the CPS stuff scared the crap out of me because my kids are my world. We've been through hell. We've had several family members die. My boys have seen a lot of death. They've been through hell, and they don't need to go through anymore. I will protect my kids with everything I got. Lori's the same way with hers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way everybody should be. And if the right people done that this last time on this last case, I think Summer would have been still here.
Agreed. There are cases that are worthy of having CPS called, and Summer's case was definitely one of them. And that little girl could have been spared from all of this BS. She
And the same thing
deserves
with the
it better.
police. The
Yep.
same thing with the police, because the police are so overworked and short-staffed and underpaid that they don't deserve to be dragged into the YouTube drama. The police, the CPS, there's no reason to be calling all of these people out of spite, because when you need them and you're the boy that cried wolf, where are you going to be when they don't come because they know you've been calling bogusly?
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. It's just a use. It's a bad use for actually useful resources.
But the other thing is, being out here, it changes people. It changes people, especially when that stuff goes on, because you get so used to being behind a screen and a keyboard and stuff like that, and you don't think about the people in chat, the ones who are hurting, and you kind of start to see them as text on a screen, and they're more than text on a screen.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are hurting. A lot of them have their own disabilities that they don't disclose. They want to help, and they find a place where they can come to help. But there are some places that will exploit the crap out of those people, just like they're exploiting the crap out of these cases.
Exactly.
And they're hurting people. They're real people. They're not just text on a screen. They matter too, and they're going through real stuff in life.
Okay, so you're exactly right, and this has been one of the better lives that I've ever been a part of. I'm gonna be honest with you. This panel, I mean, it showed me a lot of respect. I've showed you guys respect. I mean, I love this. I don't want to run or nothing, but I only got like 4% on my phone right now.
Oh yeah, and StreamYard kills batteries fast. So.
Oh yeah, quick. I mean, and please email me and chat guys group. Hey, if they ain't into their lives, every one of my subscribers, followers, please stay and listen to these people. And if you can, donate to their cause. If they have a Cash App or PayPal, please donate. Help this man get his computer, because he's going to use it for the good in the future. And that's what it all stands for. Time tells all. Give this man a chance. Give this woman a chance. And they gave me a chance. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you all for fighting the good fight. Much respect. God bless you all. And remember, hey, we got to do this for the right reason. So thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
for
Ernie.
coming up.
Thank you.
So for anybody that's still here, I want to point out too that Bob and Lori do some amazing things. There's been some cases that have been covered on YouTube, which originally started on this channel. So some of you may have heard of Omar St. Hill. That started on this channel. And he's, because of the spread and because of people coming together without the drama, that man was found. it got law enforcement and the media back involved. And I know Duchess Discussions was just in here. I don't know if she still is or not, but you know, she was a big part as well in helping that spread. And those are things that can be done continuously if heads are put together and not egos. But also, Lori makes some really amazing videos of people that are currently missing, their locations, or, you know, rather where they're from, with photos, as well as not only just missing folks, but she does videos on people that have been found and unidentified. So I don't know too many people that actually make it a daily job and goal, but to cover so many people that she's never met and that Bob's never met any time in their entire lives, and they don't ask for a freaking penny for it. That
I
to
love
me
you,
is huge.
Shannon.
That
Yeah,
to
we
me
do
is
love you,
huge.
Shannon.
And this is why they're my people. I've had meltdowns and breakdowns, and they've supported me. They've held me up. Because of the doxing and the bashing on YouTube, my husband and I were on an all-out, you know, drag out. We were going to get divorced. He's an over-the-road truck driver. He's only home once a month or once every month and a half. We have 3 kids. The youngest being 6, and that's hard. That's hard as a spouse. That's hard as the husband. That's hard as the child. And it ended up becoming to where he thought that we were going to get divorced, and he ended up finding a short-term relation with another woman, and it broke me. And I'll be completely honest, with everything that was going on YouTube, and then dealing with that, and dealing with essentially being a single mom, even though my husband is still in the picture, I'm still considered a single mom because I take care of my kids by myself and I work full time. That all balled up in one had me in a mental state where I got up and went with the motions, and I took care of what I had to take care of, but inside I just wanted to die. I would come home, do my thing, and I would go to bed, and I would just lay there and cry and curl up in a ball, and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to hear anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't care. Those are the things that the YouTube bullshit can cause. And I hope to God that at least one person that hears any of this live can sit back before they say something the next time, or before they fraudulently call CPS or the police, or call somebody a name, or dox them, or start talking shit about their child or their disability. I hope to God that you're able to finally sit back and say, do I say this? What's it going to accomplish? And then move on to making something else happen, something positive happen. Do your own video on a missing person. Do your own video on a person that has been found but unidentified.
Yep.
I can steer you the way to where she gets these videos, where she gets these people from that she creates her own original content on.
Mm-hmm. All of you out there in this chat, you all have a voice, and you all can make an impact too. You may not have the technical skills, you might not think that you do, but if you've got a smartphone or an iPad or an Android tablet, you've got what you need. You don't have to worry about whether it's all spruced up. That's the thing. Like, YouTube is just as bad as all the modeling crap, the magazines that you see in the stores where they tell you how a woman is supposed to look or a man is supposed to look. Screw that. You know what? The society has gotten us in this BS where everything has to be a certain way. It may not be perfect. It may not be flashy or have all the special effects. But what matters is the more people that get that stuff out there, the more it's going to be, exposure, and the more it could help. And every single one of you, no matter how worthless you feel about yourself inside, and you can make an impact. All of us can make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to agree on everything. We might have strong disagreements, but we could talk about it. Shoot, there was a creator out here, won't mention their name. They the rumors that go around out here. I was connected, according to them, I was connected with Timothy McVeigh when I was 11 years old. And I was hacking, cloning people's Facebook accounts and all this other BS. And it caused some drama here on the channel. Dude, no, I don't do that crap. I'm trying to be as messed up as I am sometimes. I'm trying to be a good example to my kids. Now, if, someone was mentioning out there about if my stuff reads things to me, I use a piece of technology called a screen reader, and it uses synthesized speech to narrate the screen. And so when I go through the chat, I'm on my old computer right now, but I can use that to navigate through the chat. I can't always keep up, so I may have missed questions and stuff like that. The GoFundMe, I'll put it out there in the chat. But don't feel pressured to donate to it. But if you want to read what I'm about and see a bit what I'm about, there you go. Don't feel like you have to donate. There's more important things than money. Community is what matters. Sorry, go ahead.
Also, I want to say too, before the rumors get started about, Shannon Jess maybe coming into to this channel recently or whatever. She's been here a long ass time. You've been here
I'm
since
boss mod.
You've been here since when? You've been here since December what?
December,
Christmas
November,
Eve.
December.
There you were. She was like a Christmas present.
I wouldn't go quite that far. That's
she
what I
landed.
want to give away, like your aunt's crocheted sweater.
She landed here and she's remained here since. So.
Yes, ma'am. And I love it because the drama doesn't sit here, and the bashing
Stay safe,
doesn't
Mar.
sit here. And I've been welcome since day one, regardless of the rumors, regardless of. I've proven myself to these individuals who I am and who I'm not.
Yeah. Exactly, BW. Damn.
Now, make sure you guys give Lori credit too out there, not just me. She's an amazing person. I mean, she could use every excuse with her health and everything to not do anything. But she tries to build it. She works so hard on this channel every freaking day. It's caused problems in our relationship, but I cannot ever. I can never say that she doesn't work on this channel. She puts so much effort and work into this channel and tries to keep it a good place. Her Sims videos, yeah, some people may not like them, but it's a healthier way to deal with things than doxing people and all that BS. We've reacted here and that.
You guys gotta listen to her Sim videos. They're so
they're hilarious.
cute. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
they're so funny. You guys
Lori has
laugh
created
really
Sim
hard.
videos.
Do you want me to play one? I'll play one.
All right, go on and play one. Yeah.
So she has her own Sim village or town or city, whatever you want to call it. And she has included a lot of the key players in the YouTube streets. Many of the well-known creators, our mods are in there. Our members are in there. Bob and Lori are in there. Even Don and Candace are in there.
So everybody stay for a minute. Seriously, you have to see one of her Sims. They are so heartfelt and so cool and so neat. They make my videos look trivial.
Do you want the fashion show?
Yes.
1 second. I do have Cash App. I do have two separate ones. I have one that I'm saving up for going up there. When I meet Lori, I've been saving up some money to help take care of groceries and some other things while up there, and helping her and her son to get their passports so they can come down here. And then the other is specifically where I've been saving for that Mac Studio, and that's where I've been transferring the GoFundMe funds to. I'll put both of those out there, but again, I'm not trying to solicit nothing, guys. So please don't feel pressured to donate anything. Like I said, there's more important things than money. That thing is a hunk of metal and silicon, community and family and just trying to go forward in this life. Those are the things that are important.
All right, here's the thing.
Welcome one and all. Brought to you by the YouTube players, it's the Truth Be Told Fashion Show. Come grab a seat as the fashion show is about to begin. You're going to see big players from the YouTube true crime community, including but not limited to Benny Keys, Dolly Vision, and Molly Golightly as they exhibit their fashion apparel. Let's get to it. Strutting her stuff in her fashionable apparel that's black like her soul, bringing light to her secret life is Kate. It's Molly Golightly. Now trolls of the YouTube streets. You want to spend the pandemic with this guy? It's a white boy lockdown. Hey, folks, watch your IDs, credit cards, and receipts. Jonathan Lee Riches is in the house, sporting the blue and yellow. And in the purple and pink, don't let those pretty colors fool you. Look at that band-aid on the cheek. She came from a scrap because she's always starting crap. It's Honest Rage! Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you're enjoying the show, but if you need a cold brew, relaxing drink, the bar is now open. However, we do not currently have restrooms at this time, so if you need to take a restroom break, or you need to woohoo, because we know some of you creators are into that, there are some bushes outside. Thanks for coming to the show. Now on stage, we have Dolly Fisher! And who's this? In those flaming shorts and the western shirt, it's Rika! In the white and blue, it's you-know-who. Everybody's favorite actor, have you heard? Because Amber sure didn't get the memo. It's Johnny Depp. And now, sporting the hot dog suit, it's everybody's favorite wiener, Doug, from No Thanks Investigates. Doug, if you need to use the restroom, we don't currently have one, but we have plenty of bottles in the back. Be sure to ask one of the bartenders. Now on stage, sporting the flippers and the new Blood Money Briefs, which you can find at the Blood Money merch shop. It's Blood Money Benny Keys. Thank you for coming to see the Truth Be Told True Crime YouTubers Fashion Show, brought to you by YouTube Players. Please put your vote for the winning model in the comments below. Thanks for dropping by.
Tell me that
Charlie,
was not fabulous.
Yeah, and I think it was Charlie Boy. If you don't mind me saying, hon, Lori's daughter is also autistic. She's an adult, of course, now, but
Oh my god, those are so much fun. And Bob has the perfect vote, or the perfect voice for
that's a great
stuff like that.
But I do love using the audio editing app that I do to make it sound like I'm in a stadium. It's pretty cool.
No, I want to tell you guys, I'm really happy to have everybody in chat. I think it was really great to have everybody come out with us and hang out for the night. All in good peace, I'm out here just to have a good time. That's what it's about. And, hopefully we can be the voice for summer that we should be proud of as a team, as a group.
There honestly shouldn't be sides when it comes to summer.
Should be summer side. Summer side.
Everybody should be on the same side.
Yep. Because she can have one big voice with all of us together.
Sandra's comment right there. If everyone could work together, so much more could be done. We have the chance of a lifetime with having the world of technology in our hands to reach out to others, and that's it right there. If the true crime community out here was a think tank instead of a wrestling ring or a boxing ring, imagine what could be done. If everybody's skill sets were put together. I mean, I know not everybody's going to buy into that, and there are people who have their differences, and I won't work with so and so. But what would happen? I mean, like I said, we had our issues when it came to Ernie, and some of that was the crap that gets spread around YouTube, and the character attacks. But that's the thing, tonight we wanted to come together we consider Shannon our family, and we wanted to open this up so that she and Ernie could talk, and so that she could take care of all this crap that she was getting dragged for. She didn't deserve that.
Can we put a link up for checking convictions to come up? And
I'll drop it out there.
And give her a voice for a minute, please.
I'll drop it out there, yeah.
Okay.
There we go. You know, and we've had our problems with Molly Golightly and some other creators. We don't wish ill on them. We don't. Well, I mean, I can speak for myself. I don't want to speak for Lori, but I'd like to say that we don't hate them. But man, if everybody was on the same page, yeah, checking convictions. Feel free to hop on up.
Yeah, you got to come up on panel. I want you to spread your good word.
You don't have to be on camera or anything like that. It's all good. We, don't do that here. I know some places do require that. Shoot, you got a blind dude up on panel, so the camera stuff is exempt.
I know.
You
I
know,
kind of
and the thing is,
put her on
checking
the spot.
convictions is that a lot of us have been saying that same thing. That if we all work together, we could build a stronger community, and we could help police, we could help, whoever is involved in coming with things and helping these people be found. Maybe we aren't finding them physically, personally, but hell, how many stories have you heard about these people not knowing that they had siblings, or their family
Yep.
had all passed away and they were trying to find one family member that they had left, and they're across the country or even across the world, and social media made that happen. But we can't do that because our heads are up our asses too far. But nobody wants to hear, why can't we all get along? Because if it didn't sound like, why can't we all get along, they'd think it said, why can't we all wear a thong? That's not what's said at all. If it doesn't come with derogatory terminology or drama, it doesn't fly at all, and it crashes right where it started.
Welcome, checking convictions.
Hi, you guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm on my phone. I didn't know it was for me to come up. I have been preaching months and months and months that if we work together, we are so much stronger as a community. We have so many more voices. We can really get out the message. I am just 100% behind you guys.
Thank you for that.
You'll be in my
Yes,
next
thank
video.
Oh, so Benny's unblocked.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a dragon in the background. He is snoring, so yeah. So if you guys hear someone snoring, that's my dragon.
After checking convictions, gets to speak. What are your thoughts on of opening this up for Benny to come up if he
Yeah.
wants to? Okay. Here, I'll put it out there, and if he wants to hop up, I do agree with what Beth said. I respect that. I respect that a lot. Just after everything that's happened in this week, it's like it's hard to know what's what.
Checking convictions. Thank you for your wonderful videos.
What?
Thank you for your wonderful videos. I love them.
Oh, yeah. I'm putting out videos on all small channels that I see so people have a chance to see the really good people in this community and they don't need to deal with the drama. And I just been making like every time I see a good channel. So I was checking you guys out tonight. So guarantee you'll be out tomorrow morning so everybody can see you and realize that there are really people that really truly are real and they want to work together and they're here for many different reasons, and we all are, but mainly we're all here for good, I believe. So, yeah, that's really basically all I want to say. I'm 100% behind you. Bravo. Congratulations. Welcome to a new opening community that people will see. People can really get along.
Definitely.
Hopefully it catches flames and keeps going.
I've been
rather
trying.
than just dying out right there, because sadly that's all too many times what happens. So it can't be a one or two man push. It's got to be
Yes.
a plethora.
Yes, I agree. And the
Thank you
more
for
that
coming
jump
up
on.
on panel.
Thank you for having me. You guys are wonderful. I can't wait to. I think it's great. The future
Thank you
looks
so
good.
much.
Thank you.
You're welcome to come up here and chat with us anytime.
Thank you very much. Everybody take care. God bless.
Much
care.
love.
And if anybody has contact with Benny, tell him that he can come up here on panel if he'd like. It's not set up, not the place to argue. Just talk things out. Yeah, just don't porn bomb us. Nobody porn bomb us, please.
What I could
Yeah,
do.
so my dragon's very loud in the background. And my current project is I'm trying to put 100 clips of sound into a 5-minute video.
Oh man.
So
The link
I'm
is
only
pinned to the top of the chat.
Okay, good. And
so that's
we could definitely talk things out up here. It doesn't have to turn into a big
Oh,
thing.
Mama, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think he's going to come up.
no.
Yeah, I
he's
don't
not
know
gonna
that he's going to come up, but I mean, even if he does, it's expected that no one else is going to be erratic or demeaning or anything else, and pray
No,
that
we
nobody
don't.
else that comes up is either. And of course
Yeah,
that invite, I'm sure if you ask Bob and Lori, that invite doesn't go for just Benny. If anybody else has something that they want to come up and share,
you can
I'm
come up and
sure that
talk.
it would be, very welcomed.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. We've got time. If anybody else wants to come up and talk, and the same things apply to Benny too. I know that there are people here in the chat who are strongly against Benny, but just like with Ernie, if we can keep things respectful, like with Ernie, it could be the same with Benny, and we can
You don't
talk
have
things
to
out.
be best friends or friends with
No,
it to be
uh-uh.
civil.
like I try to tell people, like I try to be neutral. Like, I did a lot of Ernie bashing myself, I'm sure. And I checked myself at the door for that because I decided I was being mean. And I don't like to be a mean person because I don't like to be on the receiving end of that over and over again. A little bit's okay, but over and over, one attack on one person is too much. And I
And it
decided to bash.
accomplishes nothing. It accomplishes
No,
absolutely nothing.
Nope,
it,
nope.
I did the silliness and I couldn't find any more funniness to do. So I stopped and it was done. And then I found different things to be creative about, different things that have nothing to do with anything to do with any of this, just to continue on with what me and the White Rabbit had accomplished together, which was making a pretty spot for everyone to take a break and, go listen to some music and go see some, some art, or take you back to Disney, or, to Harry Potter, or through the rabbit hole through Alice in Wonderland. Like, let's take ourselves away from this for a minute, because sometimes you just need a breath of fresh air. Um, I was going to try to cover my friend's missing person case, but when I started doing it, I became overwhelmed with it, and it didn't become something I wanted to do. It started becoming a chore. So it's not my thing. So I'm going to support the people that can do that, and if I can give someone tools to help find my missing friend, then I'll give them the tools that they need. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be silly old Cheshire cat creating silly little videos on a whim with whatever happens to move me at the time.
Oh, we love you, Cheshire Cat.
And we're all mad here.
Yeah.
Charlie Boy, is that? I can't remember what state it was in, but was that the? And I'm not trying to say this in a profiling kind of way, but it was that the little boy. He was black and found in a suitcase, because I think we talked about that article out here. That was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Nobody came forward to claim that little boy as their own. Like, no kid deserves that BS. Like, you know, these kids, a lot of them. I think he was only 5, if I'm not mistaken, and he was found in a suitcase in the middle of the woods. Like, I don't understand how people can throw these kids away. My kids are my world. I don't understand that BS.
I want to point out what Queen Bee just said, or I'm sorry, Marie's diamond painting and adult coloring. She says BK, in my opinion, has two sides: the loud in your face and the smart and talk to you calmly. And I agree with that. And I've told people multiple times in the past that, you know, some of you see Benny as the type of person that, he rages when he's on YouTube, and some of the things that he says, you may not agree with. I mean, I'm in that boat, and he knows that. He knows that there's some things I don't agree with. He knows that there's sometimes I just can't watch them. But that goes for anybody on YouTube. Hell, I can watch Ghost Hunters all day long on my TV, but sometimes there's a day that comes and I want to watch something comedy instead of Ghost Hunters. It's not it's not about who we watch, why we watch them, how we participate. It's what we do with it. Um, you've heard the term hate watching. You've heard the
Yep.
term, um, follower, things like that. I mean, sure, I'm sure there's some followers out there, but when you sub to a channel, it's because you're interested in the content that they're putting out.
paranormal.
the chances of you actually getting involved with them on a personal level are slim.
True.
But if you give everybody a fair shake and you listen to what everybody has to say, and then you use your own discretion as to what you feel is truth and not, then you'll be that much better for it.
Yep.
Eric,
And that's. Oh, sorry.
Eric, hop up on panel. You need to come home to your
Yeah, hop up.
channel.
Now, this is the thing. Like with our mods, we've told them go watch whatever channels you want. You're adults. We're even if we've stated it. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like even if it's channels who have something against us, you're adults. It's not for us to tell you who to watch and who not to watch. Just don't hate us.
But see,
You're
the
here
thing
for
is,
us.
and the thing is that I've seen a side of Benny that not many have seen. I've seen it in person. As I said earlier, he consoled me when I lost my mind up on that hill. And most men would run from a female crying, and he had no stakes in the game at all. But he still consoled me. And that, to me, I have a certain amount of respect for.
And it's the thing, I don't hate Benny. And in our last exchange in text, I said some harsh things. I was mad. But I did tell him I'd be praying for him and his family, and I mean that. And I do pray for him and his family. I do not hate him. I forgive him for my perceptions as to how things went. I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody out here. I've been really pissed off with some creators out here. I don't hate them. I do
My
pray for
issues,
them.
my
Go ahead,
issues with him are simply how the whole thing went down with his boss mod and getting blasted in the chat, and
Character attack.
him not taking that whole situation seriously. Him not taking, I don't think, by putting the story Shannon had behind a paywall, I don't think he took that seriously.
And I'm not coming out on YouTube with information on Candace or my experience there because I want to become popular or I want money or because I want to start a channel or whatever somebody will pull out of their pocket next and try to spread around. I came out on YouTube because I needed to offload the weight that I had on my back.
And I mean, hon, I can't speak for you, but I'll say this,
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you so much for that. If Benny'd like to have a separate stream today or another day and come up here and talk and sort things out too, I'm sure Lori'd probably be on board with that too. And it's not about clicks and views and all that stuff. It's about being human to one another. And all
But
of us are.
just like when Ernie asked if I would come up on his panel, I didn't feel comfortable with it. He asked if I would at least come up on his panel so he could apologize to me. That says a lot. When a person, let alone a man of dominant means, can apologize to someone that he doesn't even know, somebody he has no dogs in the fight with. That says a lot to me. Now, are we friends? I don't even know the guy. All I know is that I reached out to him because I had things going around about me that he was helping spread, and I wanted to set the story straight. He allowed me that option. And when I asked him if he wanted to come on this panel or if he wanted to stream it on his channel so that way his subs could stay over there and watch if they weren't comfortable coming over here, the only standards that I set for him was I don't want any creator bashing. I don't want to hear how he feels about Benny. And I said that specifically. I said, I don't want to be in the drama. I don't want the drama. If you can do this, we can do this with no drama. And he agreed. And I feel he did a really good job. And he came over and he did it drama free. And I can't say that could happen with too many people.
It went so fabulous. We all should be so proud of ourselves. We could show that, we cannot just bash each other, that we can actually be adults and sit down and talk. Because at the end of the day, if we were all in a room together, we would all be talking together. We wouldn't be beating each other up or calling the cops on each other. We'd be talking together. Mm-hmm. Most people don't even realize that. If you put us all in a room together, we're going to be okay.
Ericon, you doing okay? You doing okay?
He's still singing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There won't be any dance-offs tonight if you decide to come up. Well, oh well, it is getting pretty late out there on the East Coast though.
11:11. Make a wish.
Oh yeah, make a wish.
Anytime, Beth. That's the way we try to keep it over here. We've got some awesome mods too. Much love to them because they've been with us through some serious crap and become like a family. I mean, they are family. My family ain't all that close. I think Lori's. We love our families, but our blood family isn't. Our blood families aren't all that close. But
Our mod family is pretty good.
yeah,
DW wishes for 10 chicky nuggies.
ooh, chicken nuggets.
So tomorrow night show we're going to be talking about.
Hey, does anybody in chat know how to get your taste back after you have COVID? Because I really, really want to taste my Pepsi.
Oh man, I honestly think that I had COVID back in the end of 2019. It lasted about 2 weeks. Couldn't taste anything. I couldn't taste my freaking coffee.
That's my biggest problem today.
Yeah, we're definitely glad everybody's here tonight. And for those, for all of those, and there were more than not, for everybody who kept it respectful. Thank you all, because it takes a lot, especially when there's a lot of this case. And Lori and I have only been in the true crime side of things since September, and we've seen like this case has brought out the worst in so many people, including us at times. And
DW, I left you a little something in the chat. It's not chicky nuggies because there's no emoji for that. I want to say thank you to everybody that's here tonight, but I also want to say thank you to the mods too, because I saw some stuff coming through and they handled it with ease and they weren't in the chat bitching and complaining or threatening people. So DW, Alabama, Cheshire, AP, Jamie, Lori, all of you, Jameson, thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Logan's mom.
You guys are amazing. All are amazing. Because I was like, what the heck? Because I kept watching it from StreamYard side.
mm-hmm,
And you can't do anything on StreamYard side. You can't block people or get rid
right.
of comments or anything like that. So I had to keep going back to the YouTube. I was like, oh my God.
And the chat was moving too fast for me visually or with my screen reader to help with anything. I felt kind of useless on that end.
Shoot, don't feel bad, Bob. I wouldn't say I'm 20/20 vision, but I couldn't even keep up with it. I had to put it down because it was making me nauseous. Like riding in a school bus, I'd read a book and I'd end up getting sick. That's how I skipped school.
It got a little fast there for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Love you, Kat.
I'm gonna hop in the chat until you guys end. But yeah, good night, everybody.
Love you, girl.
Love you guys.
Love you too. I really do wish that Benny was out there and would be willing to hop up here and talk.
Well, while we wait for that, what's up, Bob? How you doing tonight?
I mean, honestly, it's been a hard day, and so transparent about it. Well, Lori knows, but I'm just, and the mods, I started on antidepressants for the first time about 6 weeks ago. So I went and saw my doctor today, but man, all of a sudden, all these emotions hit today. It's been a hard many years, and like I'm looking forward to seeing Lori more than I can put into words, because I need a hug. I mean, I get hugs from my kids a lot, and I love my boys so much. I need a hug from her. Been needing one for a long time, but all these emotions just hit. The antidepressants seemed like they weren't working, but I think it's just a phase.
Hey, Kimmy.
Hey, Kimmy.
Hey, sugar.
Thank you so much for that. And seriously, Benny, if you want to come up here, you're welcome to. It's not an argument, not anything like that. Just talk.
You're never
But
gonna catch the same the same topic here.
nope, because we aren't just true crime. We're variety. We talk about whatever. Sometimes we don't have a topic when we come out here, but we come out here. Sometimes you'll see a dude in a pink bunny suit and a dude with a bear top having a dance off. And you just never know.
That was interesting. I'm pretty sure I was scarred from that.
Man, I got some good cardio in that.
That was something.
Hey, Sugar Magnolia.
Totally.
No.
Thank you
Kimmy,
so
I don't
much,
see
Charlie.
him.
Well, tomorrow night we're going to be talking about that girl in Arkansas.
Yes,
Um,
in a respectful way.
and I'm not going to be plastering who she is or any
No.
of that stuff because the girl needs help. She doesn't need people picking at her.
And Kimmy, if you decide to stay around, we're not letting any bullying go on around here in any way, shape, or form to the best of our abilities. You're always welcome over here. Sending lots of love out your way.
The link is pinned if anybody has anything they want to come up and chat about.
Yep. Anybody, you want to come up and chat? Because I think you only have like a 200 character limit out there in the YouTube chat, or if you're watching on Twitch or the other places this is streaming out to. As long as you're coming up to not troll or porn bomb us or whatever.
Good night, Kimmy.
Come on up. Good night, Kimmy.
Or heck, even if you want to go off script and just if you've got another case that you want to talk about, because as I said before, if any of you missed it, if you saw the Omar St. Hill or the Verdis Jr. case rolling around YouTube, that started on this channel. Thank you to Bob and Lori. And then
You've got somebody out there.
It's gained a lot more traction. So hell, that's part of working together, right? If you got it, bring it.
And we have some others coming up here in the very near future. Lori and I are going to be meeting with some individuals pertaining to another case here on Sunday at noon.
And then Monday we have a missing person case, I believe.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. I didn't want to interrupt.
Hey, Cindy.
You're good.
How are you?
Welcome,
It's
Cindy.
Nice meeting you all. First of all, I want to say there is another Amber Alert for a little boy out of Kansas. It just never stops, does it?
No,
Oh my God,
it's
not
so
again.
sad. These kids deserve so much better.
There's just so many, and it's not just children
Right.
that get missing daily. It's adults. It's teenagers. It's just heartbreaking.
Yep.
But I just wanted to come up here and say, and I want to get up here before BK comes on because this is y'all's channel, so I'm going to respect it.
We're not sure if he'll be here or not, but you feel free to speak your mind.
But I just want to say how all these creators are treating Summerwell's case. It's heartbreaking.
It is.
It's hard to watch. I mean, the Summerwell's community that was created 11 months ago, I just don't recognize the Summerwell community anymore. There's so many players that has came in and just destroyed everything good that it was built on.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a channel. I have a small channel, and I did an upload the other night about the exploiting of Summer and her case. But I challenge all of the creators out there that's hashtagging Summer's name in all of their streams that are getting Cash Apps, PayPals, Venmos, Super Chats, however way they get it. I just challenge them for the month of June. Turn it off. Stop it. Put a stop to it for the month of June. Um, if if they care about summer like they say they do, then this should be easy to do. Because summer is she's not a bank. She's
Yep.
not. No missing person at all is a bank. Um, there's like I said, there's so many missing out there. It's every day.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine the good that they would do, even if they did just a 10 to 15-minute upload of the awareness that they would bring to another Amber Alert
Yeah.
or a
Exactly.
missing adult, a missing teenager? You know, summer is important, yes, but there's other
Oh my gosh, are there ever?
missing that are important. They have parents that are missing them, siblings, friends, cousins, aunts, grandparents. The list just goes on.
Agreed. And is there anybody that's covering that new Amber Alert that you just brought up? Because now is the time to act with it. Now is when that baby could be found.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know it was shared. Tiffany Marie shared it, and um, you know, I shared it to my community wall. But it, if these creators that have a lot of subs that get, a lot of people in their chats. Like I said, if they would just do a 10 or 15-minute upload to bring more awareness to the Amber Alert.
Cindy, I
I
don't
mean,
mean to interrupt, but may I? I want to try to search your channel so I can put your link out there. Because one of the other things we want to do out here is help build other people up. I mean, there's so much tearing down, and I
it
know
might be under Heidi M because when I started my channel, it was my dog's name, my little Dotson. But
Mm.
yeah,
ATIDI.
I was paranoid about coming on YouTube and getting
I get
doxxed,
that.
and so it's like, well, I'll just put the channel name, my little dog's name.
So did
But
you say Heidi M?
yeah, it might be under that.
Let me take a look here. Somebody else might find it faster than me, and that is totally okay.
But I just mainly have, you know, um,
I
I
think I
have a
found it.
few, I have a few cooking shows on there, but it's mainly of my family because my family is my greatest treasure of all, and
You have about 585 subscribers, something
no,
like that.
I have over 1,000. I just can't
Okay,
remember.
okay, I got the wrong one. Just want to make sure to get that. What about 2.04K? My dog is a bundle of energy and attitude. I like to take videos of her. Does that sound like?
No, that's not me.
Let's see. Shoot, I'm bad at tracking this stuff down on YouTube.
That's
I'm good at.
fine. I mean, if you have an email, I can email you the link if you have it on your channel. I can email you the link. You don't have to do it right now. I mean,
Yeah, we can put it.
I'm not looking for subs or anything because, I'm just here to, even if I just share out an Amber Alert or speak up against something that I see that is wrong. And I see what's going on in the Summer Wells community. I see a lot wrong. And it's just sad. I mean, I worry about too, her brothers that one day may get on YouTube and see all this. They're going to be affected for the rest of their life as it is.
Yeah.
And,
Mm-hmm.
even if Summer's found, and I pray every day that baby is found alive. And even if she's out there alive somewhere and someday she sees all this, because nothing on the internet goes away.
Exactly.
That's the sad thing is that it never
Mhm.
goes away.
And
No.
those boys will be old enough to be on their own and watch YouTube as well. And they'll know
Yeah.
it was a big thing.
Yes.
Let me Google my sister's name.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome, Ericon.
How's
Hello.
it going, Eric?
How you doing?
And
That's
I
the
don't
way it
know.
should be,
I don't
concerned
know
citizen, right there.
what the situation is with the her reward fund, if it's going to be extended or what. But you know, even if they don't take up on the challenge of turning off their monetization or Cash App, Venmos, PayPal's, however, or if they, you know, if her reward fund is extended, take half of all of the proceedings for the month of June, put it to her reward fund, and the other half to Texas EquiSearch.
There you go.
And if her reward fund is not going to be extended, then all of the proceedings go to Texas EquiSearch. And there's another great foundation that I follow on Facebook, and it's the Aware Foundation. Yes, they're great. They're based out of Virginia, and they run off donations. You know, they're a 501c, so they put boots on the ground also. So you know, I just, if everybody would just pull together in this community and do what is right by Summer and her case,
Yep.
instead of all of this hate, all of this doxing, all of this cop calling, et cetera, et cetera. The list just goes on. Could you imagine what could be done?
And that's the thing. There's so many out here who have different skill sets that could fill in like a puzzle, you know. And if all the pieces aren't the same, and they portray something different, but if they all came together, they could put the picture together, you know.
Yes.
Bob, that's like our little group here, like our normal folks that stick together daily. If you think about the conversations that we've all had,
Oh yeah.
we've got you, the IT person.
Yeah.
We've got Ericon, the comedic relief and sound.
Oh my gosh, I need his laughs he gives, like serious A.
You know, and then we go to Lori for the missing people, and then
See, yep.
we just, you know, DW is our voice of reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she really is.
Everybody in our circle has their niches and their abilities that the other doesn't have, and we're always bouncing off of each other. So if you go back and you look at all these pictures that we saw from the search, the organized searches that they had for Summer, what were those searchers doing? They were standing shoulder to shoulder, right?
Yes.
Why? Because that covers the best ground and gets the best results.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All the hate, all the bullying, all the drama, all that does is it sends people farther away from you.
Yes.
Summer has slipped in between those two people.
She's gotten lost. She's gotten lost. People
and it hinders the investigation in a way also. I mean,
it does.
It, you know, if everybody would have been working together, who knows? Maybe Summer would have been found by now. I don't know, but you know, that's what I would like to think. If everybody would have just been working together.
Been saying the same thing for months.
And I feel like we don't get enough updates because of what all the drama surrounding her case. You know, I'm a true crime person. I follow a lot of missing and unidentified, you know, and honestly, Summer's case and all the drama surrounding it, I have never seen anything like this. Never.
It's crazy. And the sad thing is that all of this stuff that's been done, let's just say that Dawn or Candace or all of them are legally guilty of things. How much has it messed up the trial that could have been, you know, should be held in the future over it all?
Right.
There'll never be a fair trial.
How would they be able to find a jury? You know? And Shannon,
too many cases get dismissed because they can't get a non-biased jury.
Yeah. And Shannon, I just want to say to you, I know you have a heart, and I know that you were, just trying to be a friend to Candace because that's what she needed at the time. But now, you know, Candace uses people for whatever she can get out of them, being monetary gain, whatever. And it's sad. It's really sad because if anybody were in that position, I would like to know that somebody has that one true friend that they can, cry on the phone to, or pick up the phone and say, hey, you want to, come up here a weekend, and we just hit several cities, whatever we have to do to hang flyers, talk to people in parking lots, But
When I was up there and I asked for a flyer, nobody could hand me one.
Wow.
wow.
It
Can
was
I ask
Tim. It was Tim that had two in his folder. He said I could have one because the other one he wanted to keep for himself. And I said, that's great. I understand. Thank you so much. Not a damn person could have gave me a flyer. But I'll tell you what I did get. I got a vinyl decal for my car window that's of a purple butterfly.
Oh,
And it says Team Summer.
that's awesome.
One of the mods, if I could ask, feel free to drop the link to Logan's mom's channel out there too. She's been through a lot, and definitely appreciate what she does. Also, she's been over here. She's been up on panel at times as well and shared some of her story. And again, like, we want to be a place that builds up creators out here, especially creators who are trying to make a difference in some way, shape, or form. So if one of you could please grab the link, I was trying to find it, but man, I'm
And
not
that's
good at
good.
search.
Your channel will grow. Your channel will grow on the basis of what you are doing with your channel. I'm going to share you out tonight, and ask my people to subscribe.
Well,
But
thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Yes, thank you
We've
very
had that
much.
conversation in the past where it sucks because so many of these creators are not truly passionate about the genre that they've placed themselves in, but they get
Hmm.
all of the subs and they get all of the people that you can count on. They're watching your every video because they want to be informed about the things that are going on in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had people to ask me, how can you get so passionate about these missing cases?
I'm gonna
My
step
And
away
and
for
husband.
I
just a
and I
moment. I don't mean to
say
be
to
rude.
that's fine.
Love you, hun. Be
I
right back.
say to them, how can I not? It's a child. It's a
Exactly.
child. Or, it's it's an adult, but it's somebody's family member.
Yep.
You
Mm-hmm.
know?
It's hard though because they're putting out a lot of drama and a lot of misinformation intentionally because they know that it's going to create waves and those
Yes.
waves are going to bring the shrimp in,
Yes.
so then they're going to get money. And
Yeah.
for the ones that the money doesn't matter to, but getting the faces and the names and the stories of, and the family identifying who these folks are in real life, to get those stories out there on a small channel makes it hard, because and it just shows you how many people are truly here for true crime and for missing people.
Yeah.
Because Lori and Bob don't cover just children, they cover adults, men, women,
Yeah.
whole families, babies, all of it.
Yeah. I browsed through their channel and I saw that. So I think that's wonderful, because like I said, every missing baby, child, teenager, an adult, they need awareness,
Yep.
But
We've talked about minorities. So my husband is actually from Puerto Rico, and I brought up to Lori and Bob one time about, oh my gosh, there's a whole website of nothing but people that are missing from an island that's only 103 miles long and 33 miles wide.
oh,
That's
wow,
Let that
crazy.
sink in.
that is crazy.
You
Wow.
can travel that whole island in a day. How the hell do you come up missing and not be found on an
Wow.
island?
I think there's something a lot deeper going on, Well, I mean, look at human traffic crisis we have here in the
All
United
right.
States, and I'm sure it's everywhere. You know.
Yeah.
I shoot, where did I put my? Oh, they're in my pocket. Sorry, I went and sent Benny a text personally and just to let him know, he's welcome to come up. Not a setup, no games or nothing like that. I do care about him. I don't know him personally. I do pray for him every day. But I wanted to message him personally and let him know he can come up here and he can have his say too.
I mean, I think
Here's
BK
Benny.
is a very smart individual. I do, but it's the drama that is behind Summer's case that I can't get on board with.
Yeah, I agree.
Welcome,
I can't
Benny.
co-sign that.
Welcome.
Okay, so Benny is here. Up here.
I'm gonna hop down. I'm
Okay.
going.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank y'all
Thanks for coming
having
up,
me
Cindy.
on. You're welcome. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Y'all have a good night. I'll be in
You
the chat.
too.
You too.
Much love to you. Thanks for coming up, Benny.
No need to thank me, sir. So what do you want to talk about, Bob?
I have no idea.
I just find it a little bit weird. You do all this public stuff, and then at the end of it, you ask me to come up and talk. That's strange, bro. That's more of that strange stuff. But I'm here.
Now, what do you mean in the public stuff?
I'm saying, like, you should probably talk to me privately before you try to pull me up here and do all. What are you trying to do right now, bro? What's your motivation, bro?
I don't have any motivation.
I've seen some people in there said they donated for you and Laurie to meet each other. Meanwhile, you got Skern Dog up there, bro. You really just chomping at the bit, bro. What you got going on, man?
Nothing like that. This was about Shannon tonight. I'm letting her talk. But this is to be a civil discussion up here.
So I'm saying, what you need me for?
Beth McGee was in chat begging you to come back in. So
Yep.
he afforded the invitation personally.
Beth McGee makes the decisions over here?
No, I don't
Oh.
even really know who Beth is, honestly. I've heard her name before, and no disrespect to her out in chat.
Yeah. So what's up?
Just figured that, there was somebody in chat, and I don't remember the name earlier, but they were saying
I'm asking why you invited me over here now after all the action's over with, bro. You let all them people talk crazy about me, and now after they're gone, I can come up and talk.
Who talk crazy?
Man, anytime you got Ernie around this stuff, it's some crazy talk going on. Quit that. I'm really just taken back that you gave that man a platform to talk about that little girl. It's crazy. Like, he says every 5 minutes he's done with it. Like, he's holding on to information about phones and water. Did he even go into that? We just give him a platform to talk about all brand new stuff and not cover the stuff that's actually going on. That's what I'm curious about.
That wasn't what it was for. He had
Nope.
reached out to me today and asked me to call him. I called him because I wanted to squash rumors. The rumors that supposedly you told Candace that you gave me money to give to her, and supposedly there's $100,000 in midair.
Y'all are over here entertaining stuff that Ernie Shell or that Candace says to Ernie Shell. That's crazy.
Well, the number one thing being that it was also claimed on his live that I had something to do with Summer disappearing. That's a little disturbing. I have people driving past my house now, staring at my house.
How come they ain't driving past my house?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, just my personal thought is, if you got the cops there a lot, I don't think anybody's going to drive by your house.
Say that again?
I said the cops are there a lot because they seem to be there a lot.
Oh, come on, quit that. You think they live in front of my house, Lori? Is that what you think?
I'm saying they seem to be. Well,
I'm saying what you mean and mean what you say. You're using all or nothing statements, and it sounds silly. Like, you think actually, if people think that I got something to do with Summer, that the police is going to stop them?
No, that's nothing about you having anything to do with Summer. I don't think that.
I know, but you're making sly remarks like, "Oh, the police always in front of." No,
I know. If somebody
wanted
to stalk somebody, and there was cops around, they wouldn't be there. Is what I was trying to say.
There's not cops around. There's cops when people from the internet call. It's been 3 times since I've been here. The cops are not staying in front of my house. Why would you say that?
I didn't say they were staying in front of your house. I said the times they
You're
were
saying
there.
somebody's not going to come over here because there's always cops in front of my house. There's not always cops in front of my house. So what does that even mean?
I don't know if I use the word always, but
Run the beautiful bean footage back. Here, let's listen to it right quick. What's up, man?
Tinkerbell wants to know about the money that Ernie said that you stole, the 100,000.
I keep it in my back pocket. It's so thick I can't even fold it.
Well, that would be for 100,000.
Yeah, I can't even put a rubber band around it. Really, it's huge.
Wish I had that kind of money to pay off crap out here.
Me too. Me too, bro.
SSI sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not the reason why Ernie was here. Wasn't what you thought.
Why did you why do you even why would you offend the people that support you by having him around your situation? Like, can't you privately dispel the rumors and then push forward? Why do you have to publicly do it?
How does that just?
Yeah, but guess what, D-Dub?
Private.
Ernie got his own channel. Why is he putting it over here?
Because we're Shannon's support system.
He asked me to be on his channel. I told him I didn't want to be. I wasn't comfortable.
Y'all are sharing a support system. With Ernie, y'all are sharing a support system with Ernie?
We are Shannon's support system.
Oh, you are Shannon. It sounded like you said Sharon.
She's been over here since December 25th. We've gotten to know her. She is family to us.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, here you go. Here, Benny. You want Ernie? Ernie's here.
There we go. Let's keep it civil, guys.
Look
at Bob sit back in. Look at Bob sit back in his chair like it's going to be a heavyweight fight. He's in for it. You're here for it, ain't you, Bob? Yeah, you are, Bob. Look at you.
Benny,
you're like, yeah, I'm here for it. Looking ass.
Dude, don't
What's
judge
up,
my heart.
Dog? Let's talk about these two phones, cuz. You see how good I am with that drone. I'm finna find them. I'm finna find them phones, dog. Where the phones at, bro? See what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about rumors and dispel rumors and bullshit. Tell me about them phones that got wet, homeboy.
Let me get a light going here. Let me see what the hell.
See, this shit is funny to me. Y'all are entertaining this fucking fool. You know he just broke. Hold on, whoa. You know he just broke into his sister's house, right? We've talked to his sister. There's a video of him and the lady with the nose breaking into his sister's house to steal fucking letters from his brother from prison. Why? Why, bro? Why you break into your sister's house, bro?
Okay, but why does the stalking have to go on like this?
What are you stalking? What?
Okay, like
what you talking about, bro?
The videos of Ernie leaving court and stuff. Like, why does this crap have to?
What's
go
that
on?
got to do with? Why you asking me? I didn't take the video. Did you see the video where this fool was in the Applebee's in Duncanville, Texas?
Dude, I'm blind. I don't see a lot of stuff.
But you can hear real good, can't you?
But I don't go around watching all these channels, dude. Like,
then why you just looking at the why you just looking at the sodomite shit?
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm not talking like that out here, dude.
Then put me off, homeboy.
No, I'm not putting you off.
Give me a put off.
We're
Okay.
up here. We're gonna talk.
We are. We're gonna talk as long as I decide we're gonna talk. But
no,
Ernie,
no.
weren't you in Duncanville, Texas, bro? At Applebee's and at Judy's Cafe #2, all that tough guy stuff, stalking me in my town, but you didn't come by.
Check this out. I went down to Mexico and I got me.
Nah, that's not what I asked you. If you're not gonna keep him on track, I'm gonna bounce. Was you in Duncanville?
Okay. First of all, respectfully, you can't have a conversation when you're yelling over one another, dude.
Man, Bob, you need to shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, bro.
You know what?
How about that?
That's enough of that,
What?
Benny. It's enough of that.
Put me out. Give me a put off there, bro.
No, I don't.
Wait a minute before you put him off. Wait a minute before you put him off. At least somebody put a foot in his ass before he goes off panel. Because that's what he's wanting to do. That's why he's getting you mad for. He's wanting to get off panel because he can't handle the heat. That's exactly.
Ernie, I'm here for it, bro. Where are the phones at, homie?
I'm not mad, but I don't believe.
Where
in
the
treating
phones
people
at?
the way
Hey, would
do.
you please be quiet, Bob? You got me here. You got me here to talk. Let me talk, bro. Ernie,
Thanks
where's
for
the
manners,
phones at, bro?
I'll be quiet.
Where's the phones at, homie?
What phone, bro? Dude, you got
That's
played,
what I
bro.
thought.
You got played, bro. You got
I got
played.
played.
You got played like you always do. You be getting played.
Why
since
did you
day
break
one.
into your sister's house, bro? Why you break into
Dude,
your sister's house?
Dude, I didn't.
You're about to be in
And you ain't
trouble
got
like
no
you
proof.
did.
No, you ain't got no proof, bro. I'm
I
10
do
or
got
12
proof.
hours away. I was 12 hours away.
No, you weren't.
Man, look. Hey, holler at your mama and tell her to make you some hot chocolate, bro. You look like you little
Yeah.
peaked.
All right,
That's
all right,
funny.
all right, all right.
Don't
That's
Hold
funny,
up,
bro.
hold up, hold up.
Families.
No,
That's
let's
not
not.
what this
Let's
was
not do
about
this.
today.
Let's not do that that way, guys.
That's not what this was about, Ernie.
Let's talk. That's not what it was
Okay,
about.
well,
Yeah,
look,
Ernie sucks
look,
cocks.
I've got a
we're
meeting
gonna
to go to.
talk
Hey,
about gay shit and
Bob,
sucking
much
cock and all
respect,
that
brother.
shit. That's what we gonna do, bro?
Much respect.
Much respect.
Respect.
Eat a cock, Ernie. That's what I thought. Fuck all of y'all.
That
Okay.
accomplished a whole lot of nothing.
Well, sorry guys that I'm sorry guys. I didn't intend for that to come out the way it did.
Oh, it's okay, Bob.
I just thought the way that things were when we had Ernie up here that we could try to resolve some stuff, but
So
evidently I
want
was looking for a
people-
boxing match or something.
I want for the people in the chat that enjoyed that, or that instigated that, or begged for certain people to come in here. I want all of you to be proud of yourselves, because that was not, absolutely not what this live was about.
Exactly.
And that is fueling the fire that creates so much shit.
Exactly. After those of you in chat that may have instigated that stuff, you don't know the textual interchange that happened between me and Benny. And, I didn't answer phone calls the other day, which made me a crybaby, ass and stuff like that. I was on the phone with Lori. I was out walking home from an event that was taking place at my son's school. Yeah, I said some things about Benny out here because I was pretty pissed off. Didn't want this happening tonight. How is anything going to get solved if people keep fueling the freaking fire? But, people say they want a world full of peace. You can't have peace if you don't work for it. And thank you, Ernie, because you definitely showed more character in that. And I say that respectfully. I understand there's a lot of anger. I've dealt with my own issues with stuff.
I don't agree with calling out family members, though.
No,
they are not
same
here
here.
doing anything to each other. Why do the family members have to get called in?
Exactly.
Just like, even though when Benny left, he said, fuck y'all, which would include me. And that's A-okay, Benny, because I know my skin is clean. I know my closet is clean. However, I do not agree with Ernie bringing up his mom.
I agree.
Just like when I
Agreed.
was talking to Dolly Vision, when he started calling Benny Leaky Brain, I went off the handle and I tried to school him about Arnold-Chiari syndrome. But I also included the fact that when he says something like that, about that type of disorder, he's not only talking about Benny, he's talking about all the other people that have it, just like a friend of mine who her daughter died. She never spoke, she never cried, she never ate on her own, she never walked, she lived in a wheelchair, she was a vegetable her entire life. Now, no, that's not Benny. Benny was one of the fortunate ones that doesn't have a severe case of it. But when you talk about one, you talk about them all.
Can I say something, Shannon? And tell me to shut up if I say too much. But because of a rumor that was spread by Benny's mod, you got chewed out the other day.
Yep.
Because of a rumor that was started by his top mod, Lori got treated like shit. I don't like cussing, but I'm pissed off. And Benny's believing this person. He talks about going to the source. He was telling me, you can't talk to me on the phone, but he couldn't come talk to us. He couldn't take the time to talk to Lori after all the crap. She just wanted to go into the Discord to get the links to share out and help as a mod over there, and she was treated like garbage and gaslighted. Then her character was attacked. Then that same mod took something that wasn't said and gaslighted the crap out of Benny. Shannon got chewed out. Lori and I got phone calls. We just wanted this to go civilly, like the rest of this evening did, but obviously, it takes people with the right hearts to do that kind of stuff. And if the instigators are out here and you subscribe to the channel, just go on and hit that unsubscribe button, because we don't want that over here. We're trying to build something here that's safe, and if you aren't going to promote safety, you don't belong here. We're not perfect people. We're below the poverty level. We struggle, but we sure as heck want to help people how we can, and this platform is going to be used for that. And if you're going to be over here causing crap, and we have people up here talking about their loved ones who law enforcement said committed suicide when there's proof otherwise, and you're going to cause crap, go away. You're not welcome here.
Concerned citizen, no. I mean, had Benny actually stuck around and not listened to other people, what they say, or whatever the case is, and actually heard for himself, there was no Benny bashing.
No, there was like no mention about Benny up here as far as I know. But I could have missed some stuff with my screen, but there was no bashing going on.
No, I spoke of Benny, but only in good ways.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, it wasn't what he thought it was. But, can't control the narrative, so I guess.
We had no problems whatsoever all night.
Oh, we had those 2 times when Benny kind of came into chat doing his thing and trying to get Ernie riled up. And
I didn't see what happened.
I didn't catch it, but I took care of it, and I made sure that it was known that I took care of it, because I've seen how stuff goes out here, and I'd rather crap come down on me than anybody else, because you know what, as a man, you protect your partner and you protect your family, and I can't offer a lot to this freaking world, but I'll protect the ones that I love. So let it come down on me. I don't freaking care. Thanks, DW. I love you.
Anyway. Hey, Lori, would you like to play the video you did with the people that have been found but unidentified?
There you go. The baby. The little baby. Remember baby Dixie? So true,
yeah.
AP.
Crap. You didn't really miss much. Logan's
No.
one.
The messages would have disappeared after I had hid him.
I gotta make sure this is right.
This is trigger warning, guys. This was a very saddening one. On today's installment of Identify Me Please, we're going to be looking at Little Dixie Baby Doe. Dixie County Sheriff's Office partners with Othram to identify a 1990 baby doe. An infant baby girl found in Dixie County, Florida, has been unidentified for more than 3 decades. In February 1990, human remains belonging to a female newborn infant were found in a partially wooded area in Dixie County, Florida. Investigators believe the baby girl was born alive and possibly premature. Her umbilical cord was still attached and torn at the end. The shocking case gained substantial local media attention, and in spite of many investigative efforts, she was not able to be identified. Eventually, the infant girl became known as Little Dixie Doe. An autopsy report revealed that the likely cause of death for the infant girl was blunt force trauma, and therefore ruled her death a homicide. Years later, in 2005, the body of the infant girl was exhumed in an effort to obtain DNA evidence to assist with her identification. At the time, a DNA profile was unsuccessfully developed from the exhumed remains. Fortunately, in 2019, a second attempt at DNA profile was made by the Forensic Laboratory at the University of North Texas, and this attempt was successful. In spite of the success, however, the DNA profile did not match in any government database. Once again, the case went cold. In 2022, with all leads exhausted, the Dixie County Sheriff's Office has now partnered with Othram to use forensic-grade genome sequencing to build a comprehensive genealogical profile from the remains. The hope is that a more comprehensive profile will generate new leads that might identify the infant girl or close family. A DNA Solves Fund has been created to cover the costs associated with this case. This case has been logged in NamUs as UP964. Anyone that has information that could assist in this investigation is encouraged to contact investigator Carrie Barcia at the Dixie County Sheriff's Office at 352-681-3107. Please refer to the NamUs ID for this case, UP964. And it's things like that. It's heartbreaking. I couldn't even imagine things like that with my kids. My kids are my world. Uh-oh. Everybody still out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, just listening to you talk.
Yeah, let's listen to see what you had to say. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. And see, that's the thing. We didn't want it to turn into a hate on Benny fest. Yeah, I've had my frustrations with him, but I even told him when I texted him just a moment ago, I said, we may have our grievances, but I do care about you and I'm praying for you. And I do every day. Nothing malicious or anything like that. It just sucks that it has to be that way. But again, peace is something that doesn't just come, it has to be worked for. And that's with all of us. Like, we have to work within ourselves to be able to work on it. Like, I was not looking for a boxing match. When Ernie came up here, I wasn't looking for a boxing match. Rory wasn't either. None of us were. Just thought that the way that the night went, that things could have been talked out somehow, but there's so much anger.
And about what?
That's what adults are supposed to do, is be able to talk.
That just makes no sense to me.
Cat's wondering if you could play another Sims.
But did you see how the numbers went up when the drama started?
Uh-huh.
When the drama went away?
Oh, I sure did.
All I can say is, really quick, I'm not trying to push any religion because I don't even know where I stand anymore. I do believe in God and I reverence Him. I am not perfect. I have a lot to answer for in my life. All of us do, I'm sure.
Oh crap!
But
losing my mind. Sorry.
we'll all be accountable for our stuff one way or the other down the road. That's more than answering to YouTube, answering to collectors, answering to anything like that. I'm a mess a lot of my life. I'm not perfect. I do try to do the right thing. Sometimes I make the wrong decisions in trying to do the right thing. But anyways, go on and play that, hon.
And that was by no means pointing the finger just at Benny for being an asshole. That's
it wasn't directed toward anybody.
It was it's everybody. It can be an asshole.
We all can be, man. I can be. I know I can. I don't want to be, but we're human. We're flawed people in a flawed world. But you'll find a variety of stuff over here for those who are new. Sorry, hon. Go ahead.
Shannon was in that video. I was in that video. Bob was in that video. Cheshire Cat was in that video. We all be assholes.
Yep.
Lori gave me a really, really beautiful tiara.
That's right. She's got one.
It's an inside joke, but you too could have a tiara.
That's true.
It's the truth is, it's a lot easier to be a mean, nasty person than it is to be kind. Because being kind is intentional, but when you get lost in your emotions, and I've been guilty of that crap more times than I'm ashamed to admit, it's a lot easier to fall into that stuff. It's a lot harder to intentionally be kind, especially when you have a lot of crap coming your way.
I disagree, Bob. I respectfully disagree.
I can totally respect that.
I find it so much easier to be happy and smile and giggle and laugh and just love things that are in front of me, whether it's a butterfly or a damn water bug that they have in North Carolina. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't care what it is, but if I can laugh at it, smile at it, just be funny with it. Even if you got to compare that bug to some awful actor that you don't like, you can still laugh at a damn bug. I find it very tiring, very exhausting, mentally and physically, to be a mean person. Now, damn it, I can be mean as shit if I need to be. But why? It's stressful. God knows in today's age, we do not need more stress in our lives.
Yeah.
It's stressful. It's mentally exhausting. It's physically exhausting. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be exhausted all the time.
Cindy, she just made this comment. I'm worried about Shannon now and y'all, because let's be real, anytime someone talks to Ernie or is on panel with him, BK goes after them. That would just show the kind of person he is, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
At this point, it is what it is.
Yes, there.
I appreciate your concern, Cindy, but
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't said anything bad about Benny.
Even privately, we can totally vouch for that.
As many opportunities as I've had to be able to just chime in and talk shit about Benny, I haven't. I don't need to.
Getting to know Shannon privately, I mean, she's the one who told me to listen to Lori and get on antidepressants. She's the one that recommended the antidepressant that I should talk to my doctor about. And, I'm honest, like, when it comes to Shannon, if she had a YouTube channel, that's definitely one channel I would follow because she is a genuine person.
Definitely. She's badass.
Yep.
I think you got a couple letters mixed up in there. You meant fat ass.
No,
that's me. That's me, dude. Wait. Why am I on the left?
Oh shoot, because that's just, I don't know, you've been there a while.
It's opposite.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
No, Shannon's never spoken, contrary to what the gaslighting mod over there has said. Shannon hasn't. My gosh, it's been nothing but respectful. I've got a lot of respect for the way that she's handled things, especially when she got chewed out.
That was really terrible attitude on his part.
Yes.
I get it. He doesn't like Ernie. But it was nothing like he said it was. So
I agree, AP. It totally changed my emotion on things. And I'm very thankful for the way that everything went before that. I really am.
I really felt like we were getting somewhere.
I did too, and then everything was like it's like the record's playing the music and then but you know what? We just keep going.
I get it. I mean, it's a small channel, but that doesn't mean that it's any less valuable. But, like you guys have said in the past, the little channels just get stepped on and laughed at and but that's why I like it here. Is because at any given time we could have 7 people or we could 70 people in here. Now that's not 7,000, but that's great. Because if you notice, the more people pile in the chat, the more the hate comments between them. And you can't catch them all. But you also want to allow people to have their freedom of their opinion as long as they're doing it respectfully. So you're not just going to go on a blocking spree, a deleting spree, a timing out spree.
And I meant what I said to Ernie tonight. If he was to come out here and go up there to YouTube, and he said block means block, I'd go up there and stand with him on that. I totally agree. That was one thing that bothered me because Lori and I were dealing with some crap back when we first got together. I won't get into the details of that. But an individual was blocked, but they were able to come out and see the videos. And that individual tried to make our relationship a living hell from the very get-go. And I would stand beside Ernie on that. Yeah, it's generally a smaller chat. This is the biggest chat I think we've ever had. Ever.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely not. You're right, Cindy. It's definitely. There's been times that I was losing my mind, and these people here are the ones that were like, "Hey, we got you."
And she's been the same to us. She's family.
You know, Cheshire's got shit going on in her life too. Some pretty
Yep.
heavy shit.
Mhm.
And all we can do is be there for her. Same thing with Bob.
Exactly.
Bob's had some meltdowns. So have I. So has Lori.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Terry. Love you.
You missed all the fun.
Yeah.
It was great up until a little bit ago, and then it got a little hairy. A little bit.
Well,
But it's
I'm
back
sorry.
to better.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have reached out. I wasn't trying to pick a fight. I wasn't trying to have a fight go on up here.
Well, there
Just
were people
thought-
requesting him in the chat.
Yep.
I can understand that when he was like, so that's how you let them run the channel or something. Like, what?
It's fine. It's fine. We just move on. We continue to build. The people who are going to be here are going to be here. And it'll grow and it'll be strong. And we'll always do our best to keep it real. And, you know, if the doxing happens, dude, whatever. Lori's been through it. Check out my background and put it out there because my criminal background is blank. I've been through 2 divorces. The first one, I'm resolving things. Not romantically. That's never happening again.
Sorry, Bob, I'm not laughing at that, but Lori brought up hairy nipples from last night.
Oh, yeah. So tomorrow we have this, but last night we had hairy nipples and bunnies dancing.
16 days, Terry.
Well, it's almost 17. Or it's almost 4. Wait. Oh, my God. It is
Sandra, really?
almost 15 days.
Almost 15. Your
Did
son
you
has
see
Arnold
Sandra's
Chari?
comment?
What's that?
Did you see Sandra's comment?
I just read that, yeah.
Yeah, her son. Sorry, I was reading chat. Must be I missed you.
No, it's all good.
You know, for her son to have, she says, my son has Arnold
Yeah.
Chiari syndrome, which means he's fighting. He's fortunate. He's one of the fortunate ones that are still here. So I do not agree with when Dolly started bashing Benny. Regardless
I agree.
of the beef they had in between each other. When you claim one, you claim them all. Just like you don't use the N word. I absolutely despise that word.
Yep.
Oh, me
Same.
too.
And when you call one person that you stereotypically label as that, you're calling all people like that person that name.
Sandra, you don't have to mention the name, but I'll be praying for your son too. I don't know much about that diagnosis, but I'll definitely be praying. And definitely anybody else out there, be praying for Sandra's son. Be praying for her as a mom.
We're almost up to 300 in chat earlier.
It's crazy. Thank you so much for that, Audrey.
Contrary of what people might have heard over on the streets, we're not bad people.
No, and Lori's not cheating on me with 5 other creators, and she's not 700 pounds.
And my 6-year-old's not 140 pounds.
I'm not a person who clones people's Facebooks. I wasn't connected with Timothy McVeigh when I was 11 years old.
And nobody here knows where Summer is.
Hmm?
And none of us know where Summer is.
No, I wish we did. I wish I could scoop that little girl up, hug her tight, and say, "Hey, let's go get some ice cream." Because I know my youngest would have a blast playing with that little girl. You know what I'm talking about, Lori.
Yeah.
I'm told she's a Spitfire.
He'd be showing her his Tamagotchi, playing Roblox. Yeah.
And all of us up here, and I know several of these people in chat would do the same thing for your child, my child, Lori's child, DW's child. You know, that's just because you're natural humans with empathy.
Oh, we'll be praying, Cindy.
Definitely praying, Cindy. Definitely. Dude, Alabama, I think I lost mine a long time ago. Maybe it's out running around with yours somewhere.
Mine's possibly there having a party with you all.
Yeah.
Well, Cindy, let me tell you this, okay? You've got to be thankful for the fact, and you might want to, rephrase this to mommy and daddy. You have to be thankful for the fact that the doctors have found it, right? So it could have gone undiagnosed.
Oh my
And been
gosh.
tragic. But the fact that it's there, they know it's there, and they're acting to treat how they can and how they need to, you're already that much further ahead.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
DW's child has fur.
Mm.
Your child, DW. Probably on his nipples. Sorry, I had.
Oh my god, I don't even want to tell you what happened last night in my dream. Or what I did, the first thing I did when I went to the bathroom, I was checking those nipples. I was like, is there any hair on them? No, there's no hair.
Oh my god.
All right, I got to do this, but it's going to be really embarrassing. You know, if you take those words, hairy nipples, you put them to the Twilight Zone, hairy nipples, hairy nipples, hairy nipples. That's probably your dream. It's probably your dream.
Thanks for that. If I have hairy nipple dreams, I'm going to come and find you.
Do you ever have those dreams? Do you ever have those dreams where you feel like you have to pee really bad because you do in real life, but you don't want to get up because you're lazy?
I've had one of those.
But then you have to pee so damn bad, and it doesn't matter how many times you go to the bathroom in your dream, you can't relieve that pressure.
I would hope not, because if you do, you have some laundry to do in the morning.
Not necessarily, but that's the thing. It's just like you can't pee, but you gotta pee so damn bad. And it's like you try and try and try and try, and you can't do it. And then, yeah. So until you can't take it anymore, and then you wake yourself up somehow, and then you go use the bathroom. But I've had dreams like that, and it's like, what? Oh.
Yeah.
I had weirdest dreams too.
I've had dreams like that when it comes to peeing, and then it's like you come to the end of the things, and I wake up and it's like, oh crap, I gotta pee.
And then I get up and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna make it. No, I'm not gonna make it.
What I really hate is when you go to the grocery store and you're fine all the way home, but as soon as you put that car in park, your body's like, oh, hell yes, there's a toilet in there. Let's go right now.
Oh, much love, Terry. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Always.
Yeah, thanks, Terry. Love you. That's just, it's like when we get, okay, so usually there's like a routine type thing, like when we stop the stream and stuff. Usually not too long after we go to bed. But it's crazy because I lost my train of thought completely.
It happens. It happens to me too, hon.
What the hell was I even talking about?
This is a regular occurrence over here, by the way. If it's not you, it's me, Lori.
I have no memory. None. It's like gone.
I get that.
Syndrome, CRS.
Some blame the what? Some blame the what? I'm a coffee and a water drinker. No, see, that's not okay either. Benny's saying that Ernie broke into it.
No, that wasn't okay either. No, that shouldn't have happened.
My point was I listened to it for long enough, and I finally just said enough. All of it. If you were not sent over here under a certain assumption, had you been watching for a while instead of waiting till just now to chime in, you would have seen that we were against everybody with all of the bullying, all of the yelling and screaming and fighting and just bashing each other. It's all bullshit. It all needs to stop.
It
But
does.
when you preach about giving people the right to speak, you give them so long until you just can't listen to it anymore, and then finally you speak
Yep.
up.
Exactly.
Instead of being hypocritical and saying, oh, you have an open, safe place where you can speak your mind and make it sound like fluffy clouds and unicorns, and then
Mhm.
start blocking people and booting people off a panel and everything else, that is hypocritical.
And that's why I was not going to boot Benny off the panel with everything. I wanted him to have a chance to speak. I don't, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't believe in treating people the way that he treats people. I am not perfect by any means. I am a screw up in a lot of areas, but I was not going to boot him off the panel. But I'm sorry, guys, because I feel like that whole thing was my fault. I just shouldn't have reached out. I shouldn't have reached out.
Don't beat yourself up, Bob.
I just feel like I totally messed up the good vibes that were going on over here.
It's bound to happen, right? Because this creator that's saying all of this is friends with Ernie and helping him go against Benny. And even if he was friends with Benny and going against Ernie, I wouldn't agree with it. It goes completely against what we were trying to talk about tonight.
Man, I just, in my mind, which is sometimes totally wrong, in my mind I kept thinking, man, there was some progress tonight. Maybe something can be resolved here. And
Don't
Cindy,
beat
it's
yourself
funny
up.
that you say that. Cindy's indulging in quite a lot of water during the day as well. There's several of us in Discord that have started a water train, and I'm not too good at it, but we try to keep each other motivated in there. And even Lori said that she's noticed a difference with her water intake, but then has also said that her lips are cracking, so that tells me she's not drinking our water, Lori.
that's very true, Cindy or Sandra. Very true. It's very true.
Well, Saturday my gallon jug gets here, and then I'll be
Yep.
kicking it. Don't.
Yep.
Yeah, like
No,
I don't understand that.
I'm gonna be just when it comes to yelling and confrontation. I mean, and I'm not gonna put the text messages up between me and Benny. I said what I said in text message. I didn't cuss him out, but I said my feelings, and then after they were sent, I realized, oh crap, voice dictation got me again. Um, there were some errors there.
I just don't know why people were gaslighting it in the comments. You know, have him come in, have him come in. We want him, we want him. Okay, we weren't against him coming in, but by the time he finally got word, it was already too late because Ernie had hopped out. But just like Jamie just said, you know, that I think it was Jamie. Yeah, Jamie just said, you know, had that had been allowed to happen earlier on in this live,
Yeah.
the entire
Things
conversation
wouldn't.
would have never happened.
And you know, it just. But the thing is in confrontational situations, I've gotten a bit better at it, but my anxiety is like way up. Um, I've gotten a bit better at speaking my mind, but I still have a ways to go. I've been through abusive relationships, it's only psychological. 2019, I think I probably got my honorary doctorate in psychological abuse. Um, but when things like that happen, like with Benny tonight, I was trying to keep my cool. I wasn't looking for a boxing match, but I wasn't gonna shove him off the panel. I don't play that game.
Yeah, I know, AP. I just didn't want to name names.
It's true. It's true.
Just shows what one or two people can do.
Yep. Well, I'm not meaning to get all biblical or nothing like that, because I'm really messed up spiritually. But when I used to teach the Bible, and when Jesus was up there on the cross, it wasn't everybody saying crucify him all at once. It was a few people that started the chant, and then others started joining in. It takes a few ill-intended people to totally start a freaking mob mentality.
Yep, just as much as they say, what is it, two or more that gather? Yep.
You know,
Filtered water makes Jamie feel pukey. That's because she's bougie. Lori, you have to unmute.
hey, Doolittle, how are you? Oh,
Here.
Lori, there you are.
I just.
That wasn't. Oh my gosh, Google.
What is happening?
That was
How long
interesting.
was I muted?
Yeah, you were muted.
Could have been that long.
Sorry, Google thought I was talking to it.
Hey, Doolittle, if you didn't hear me when I was muted.
You always do that at least once a night.
I always do it. I know, it's crazy. I do it to myself. It really pisses me off when I make other videos, like the missing videos or whatever. And I get the whole thing done and I realize there's no sound. It's like, what?
I don't
On
know
my
how.
screen, for some reason, when you play those videos, I have to hit unmute to hear sound. And sometimes I forget, and I'm just sitting here looking at the screen and then realize, oh shit, there's no sound to it. And I have to
Don't know how long we'll be out here, but if anybody else wants to come up and talk, links right there. Whoever you are, if you want to come up, so long as there's no ill intent, come on up.
That was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
almost 3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, 99% of that was a good show.
Yeah, no porn bombs and no yelling.
And
No talking
yelling.
about other people's family members or disabilities.
Exactly.
I mean, you can talk about them, but don't
16, Doolittle.
don't do it in a derogatory way.
16 days, Doolittle, and we're going to go live. Just kind of, I'm thinking, hun, if you set up the thing, well, I can't. I don't have. I'm not going to have cell service up there.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, it's technically 15 days.
That is true. That is true. Well, I kind of start counting it the next day when it gets toward the end, like with the boys, when I wake them up and they get home from school. I'm like, okay, guys, you got X amount of school days left. They're down to like 7 school days now. It's crazy.
Awesome, they're found. Great. That's good.
Good. So glad.
Uh-oh, we got a bunch of North Carolinians. One of them is going to be North Carolinian.
I'm not that nervous.
Yes, she is. She's going to
No.
be shaving her legs and her armpits and whatever else she needs to shave. And she's going to go, shit, did I get it all? And she's going to do it again. And she's going to wash her hair 15 times.
The only thing that I'm nervous about is I still am not sure about transit to and from the airport up there.
Uh-oh.
I have it taken care of down on my end. I don't want to take a cab from the airport there because that'll take most of the money that I have saved up to take care of groceries and stuff during the month that I'm up there. And that's the only thing. Meeting her, no. I mean, I'm worried she's not going to like what she sees in person, but that's just me,
Lord.
But that's the thing that I'm most nervous about, that I have a lot of anxiety about, is the airport situation.
Lori.
Mhm.
Lori Barlow said that you need to pluck your nipple hairs.
Well, I'm definitely. I mean, I assume it's not a very good experience, so I don't want to do it too often, being that I'm new to this, you know.
Well, I mean, if
I'm,
you haven't noticed the hairs yet, then they couldn't have grown that fast. So I think once you finally get them out, it's going to take quite a long time for them to grow back, you know, and then you won't remember the discomfort by then, and you'll just do it all over again.
Good
I
night,
wish
Alabama.
Jamie.
Love you.
Good night, Jamie. Yeah, I'm on a cheap plan. Like I only pay $30 per line, and they don't offer they don't have service up in Canada. If they did, I would have tried to get Lori on the same thing, because it's about half of what she pays right now for service.
Well, see,
But
because when
yeah,
I went to the Bahamas, I had called my phone company and I asked them, you know, what my plan covered and whatever,
yeah,
so that I knew whether I needed to put money in for you can get like the 24-hour internet and stuff like that on the ship. And I didn't know if I was going to have to do that or if I could just save that and apply it to my bill for whatever. And she said that because I was going to be in what they considered maritime, I couldn't, I would have to pay, I don't know, it was by the minute. But once I got to the Bahamas, if I opted for the international plan, I would have, you know, the ability to call from the island.
see, mine, the company that I'm with, like they don't have service up there at all. It's just a cheap plan. It's good for in the States, but and Doolittle, we actually fall asleep on the phone each night together. So she's heard what it sounds like when I sleep. I've heard what it sounds like when she sleeps, and you know I'm gonna love her no matter what. And you know she actually is pretty quiet most of the time, unless she's really tired.
Oh yeah, we've done that for what, months.
I'd probably, if I had a service dog AP, it'd probably be more so for psychological. Um, but you know, when it comes to getting around, like ask Lori. We have this app called Life 360, and she's seen me when I walk out to my son's school, and she's like, "How'd you get all the way over there?" And I walk fast. I walk fast. Average walking speed's probably like 4 miles an hour for me.
Jeez.
Yeah, even at the weight that I'm at right now, I still move.
He rides bicycles too.
I do ride bikes. I've roller skated with my kids. My kids and I have traveled. Well, if I get a picture up, hun, can you share it out here?
He rides bikes so fast he makes his kids ask him, "Why are you going so fast, Dad?"
Ah, shoot, where's that video? That was funny. Hang on, I'm gonna find this picture.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know because I don't have a car and I can't drive anyway.
All right, I'll respect what Benny just texted me, and I'll
What's
block
that?
his number. Basically, he said, "Don't text me again, you bitch, you." I'll block him. I won't ever text him again, and I'll respect what he asked. I'll keep praying for him, though. He can't stop me from doing that.
We just got a emergency alert, National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for this area until 1 a.m. for destructive 80-mile-per-hour winds. Take shelter in a sturdy building away from windows. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter.
I respect that. I respect that, simply said, and wish you all the best in your endeavors.
I'm sorry he said that. I said I'm sorry he said that.
Hun, people like that they can't even touch what my dad did to me. It's fine. It sucks. I wish things would have been better, but it is what it is.
Sandra, I'm on the eastern part of North Carolina.
There's no reason for that though.
It's fine. I'm going to block his number. I won't contact him again. I'll respect what he said.
Well, thanks for coming, Audrey.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Audrey. We knew we were probably going to lose, you know, some supporters out here for tonight. But tonight, respectfully, it wasn't about Ernie. It was about Shannon and supporting Shannon. That was it. So
And while I appreciate all of that, it makes me feel kind of grimy for it to
no,
be that way. It was more so
Fam-
about the meaning.
family first, Shannon.
Yeah,
Family
but
first.
it's more so the meaning. I mean, I don't want anybody to think that I'm being me.
You
But
weren't.
when people are spreading rumors about anyone, you know, claiming that they've done committed infidelity on their spouse or have had dealings with money, let alone large amounts of money, um, on top of child abuse, um, kidnapping of a missing 5-year-old child, it just gets to the point where it's more than defamation at that point.
Yeah, it is.
You're considering unsafe territory.
Right.
And you don't know what kind of crazy ass person is going to be out there. Not that me coming on here is really going to make a whole hell of a difference with everybody, but I feel better knowing that I was able to get it out there. And I
Don't
feel better knowing I didn't have to be mean to get it out there.
don't feel bad about anything though, Shannon. Please, because you're family to us. You know, there's more important things than clicks and views and freaking subscriber counts and stuff like that. Here, hon, I'm gonna put this to
Ernie
your
was
messenger.
very respectful.
Yes, I got a lot of respect. I mean, you know, for the way that he conducted himself.
Before the
Yeah. But the thing is though is that those two bring out the worst in each other.
They do. They're like oil and water, and they're best apart, you know, and
Yep.
they're both very strong in their own ways.
Okay, I just sent that to you. I don't like putting my kids out there much anymore, but I'll do that here.
Okay,
So
you did know it's up to boys when they were younger, and
yes, I understand that.
okay, just making sure.
So in 2019, we were on a road trip and we stopped in at Arches National Park in Utah, which is why I was really emotional when it came to Gabby Petito's case, because we probably walked in the same places. And I was with my ex. She put me down so much back in those days, man. But my oldest wanted to see the delicate arch, and they're like, "Daddy, there's this place over there, and there are these steps, right?" He didn't tell me they were land steps. And there was a big drop off on the side, but they wanted to see it. So I grabbed some bottled water, and man, it took us like 40
Oh,
minutes or
please
something.
please don't say that.
What?
You walked over. Oh no, I'm scared of heights. No, don't
And so
talk about
we climbed all the way up there to the top of that thing, and this dude, when we were climbing, this dude comes down. I had my cane and all that. And this dude comes down. He's like, I got a lot of respect for you, sir. This is a treacherous trail. And I was like, okay, out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, how treacherous would you say it is? And he's like, it's a 6. And
Oh my God.
he said, my name is so and so, and if something happens and you need me, he said, while I'm here, you know, I'll be in earshot. Just yell out my name. We got all the way up there, and they got to see it, and then we climbed back down slow because it was so high up. I don't know how high up it was, but you could feel the dead air, the dead space up there. And but we've been on some adventures, my boys and I, lots of them. And I mean, they're my world. Thank you, Sandra. Rest well, AP.
Okay, wait. Benny said what?
I don't know. I haven't heard Benny say it. I heard it come up with Kathy's mouth.
No, just he's coming.
Thanks for that, Doolittle. Yeah, it wasn't a bash Benny session. It wasn't a pick and side session. It was a safe place where, you know, I mean, I'm privileged to to know Shannon, and I'm thankful that, you know, to be considered a friend. I know Lori feels the same way. We wanted to be here to be a support system, and her name has been dragged so freaking much. There you go, DW. It just going up there, I think it's like a 7-hour flight, but there's like a 2 hour and 45-minute layover in Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken.
So is that 9 hours altogether?
No. It's like 7 something altogether.
The time
so
doesn't change in between, does it?
Nope, no time zones. Yeah, we're in the same time zone. So
so really it's only 5 hours in air.
Yeah, 5 hours or so in the air, 2 hours 45 minutes or so in the Vancouver airport.
See, she's panicking now because she's like, I've got to have this right on the money, so I can make sure all my legs are shaved. And I do that when I know my husband's coming home, and I'm like cleaning up the house or whatever. I'll watch the GPS and go, okay, he's here. It says he's 18 minutes away. Then if I look again and he's only 12 minutes away, I'm like, shit, slow down.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
And nipple hairs.
Nipple hairs.
Dude, I didn't know that was a thing.
No, it's not an inside joke. It was a last night's joke. You have to go back and watch that live if you want a good laugh.
Thank you for that, Cindy.
Well, it was hysterical.
I do love that woman. I'm not ashamed to admit it publicly, privately, wherever. Facebook.
I love him. Were we supposed to be ashamed to say this?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying I don't have a problem. You know, I've seen it out there where people be in relationships and stuff, and they won't talk about one another publicly. Like, or well, one of them will and the other won't, or whatever.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of people that'll just like say, oh, just you can say that you're in a relationship, just don't tag me in it. I went through something like that in 2017, and then I realized why when my oldest son saw her kissing another man. Yep.
Ooh. Dang.
No, it definitely doesn't sound giddy. It's that long lost romantic trait that isn't around too much anymore. I mean, I'm messed up too. You know, like I love the romance idea. When I get up there, I can't wait to take a walk with her and actually have somebody who's not ashamed to hold my hand because I have a cane in the other hand, you know.
Bob is very much that personality that all those women ask for. Oh, I wish he would think like, you know, like
but then they always
and want to go walk on the beach, but instead he's working on his truck. Or I wish he would just lay in bed and hold me and watch a movie together while he rubs my hair instead of being at the pub drinking or watching that football game.
You want to know something, Shannon? I've never even been inside of a club in my life.
There you go. See,
never been in a strip club. Never had a desire to go to a strip club.
Yeah,
I didn't want that crap.
Do all those things with Lori. He's a marshmallow. Ain't Bob? You're a marshmallow.
I can be. I have my sharp edges, you know, and as much as I try to like sand them out, they're still there. I have my hurts. I still need to go through some more therapy.
Well, but I still think even if you were the chipper, you know, the chipper version of yourself 24 hours a day, you would still be a marshmallow.
All I know is like people here, you know, off of the internet, they know about her. And I know it's the same up there. Her family knows about me.
There you go.
That's the thing. It's like, you know, I've seen people in these long distance relationships and then they're in their own place, like looking for somebody close by to have, you know, their cake and eat it too. I never wanted that. Never wanted that. I was never the kind, even in my younger years, like, and no disrespect to anybody who was, but even in my younger years, I wasn't the kind out just looking for random sex or nothing. I had to have an emotional connection. Like when I was in high school, my mind was, man, I hope I can find my soulmate and just grow a life together. That was what was on my mind back in those days.
There's a good topic, Bob. Doolittle asked, "Are y'all gonna share pictures?" Let them know about the fact that when you get there, what you guys are gonna do.
The plan is to have it live. Um, and my thought was that I could be on the StreamYard panel with Lori until we're both on the same screen. But being that I don't and won't have cellular service up there at that point, I don't think I'll be able to work that out. But we'll figure it out.
But the plan is to do an old-fashioned live with both people in the same square.
Yep.
Lori finally chimes in.
I was
long
like
dis-
thinking, what?
The long distance is tough.
Oh, you're not kidding.
I land up there in Prince George at approximately 2:32 p.m. and then it's like an hour drive to get down to her. It's just getting that drive figured out.
Yeah, because cabs are like $300
Jesus.
to go from there to here.
We'll have to put it on the community page.
So what is $300 there compared to here?
Hey Google, 300 Canadian dollars to US dollars.
300 Canadian dollars is approximately 234 United States dollars and 6
Shit.
cents.
Yep.
234 USD. That's insane. I used to have to keep up with the Canadian conversion because of being so close to the border, but in North Carolina, shit, I don't think these people even know what a loony and toonie are.
I don't know if there's a bus that comes
No,
down
there
from there.
isn't.
I'm trying to work something out. Just
There isn't no buses.
I could always walk, but it would take a while.
You're not walking.
Ooh, she put her foot down.
Stop me.
He's like, shit, I'll find the biggest bird I can find. Fly on his back.
Oh man.
Doolittle doesn't know what a loony and a toonie are. A loony is a dollar coin and a toonie is a $2 coin. Oh, the coin is so cool too. It's like silver on the outside and then it's got the gold medallion in the middle.
Yes, it does. I just don't have anything to show you. I'm that poor.
And then their dollars are plastic.
The bills, yeah. They're funny money. I call it Monopoly money.
Yeah, it's like, it almost feels like a very thin lamination on it.
Cindy,
Somebody
that's how
said
I
it
feel with my
smells.
kids.
Somebody said the $100 bill smells like maple syrup, but I don't believe it.
That's because that's somebody that thinks that maple syrup comes from Canada.
Dude, I don't remember the last time I've had $100 bill in my hand.
Right?
I have one in my purse. My husband took money out of my bank and handed me cash back.
Oh, really? You know, my older brother went to Canada when he was 19 because I guess that's the legal drinking age. And it was before he deployed to Iraq. And I remember it's one of the very few times I've heard from him. Unfortunately, my family isn't the closest, which sucks. But
Bob,
foster-
go on Amazon. Go on Amazon and find yourself a folding broom, and you can fly your broom to Lori's house.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to fit in your luggage, though.
Right. Do you think customs would get it, though?
They'd probably make you clean out their where they stand there.
Get some roller skates.
Jesus Christmas. Wait, what's Kimmy saying? Good Lord, love a duck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it when
Yep.
she says that. She's creative.
That's for sure. So, what do you think about ending it? It's almost 4 hours.
Dang.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah,
1
I
o'clock
think we
in the
can
morning.
wrap
I
it
got to
up.
get up at 6.
Everybody, especially those who were here for, even if you had disagreements and you were respectful. And thank you so much for that. And we appreciate you all because time is one of our most valuable assets because you can't ever get it back once it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so thank you for spending, yours with us. It is appreciated. And much love to everybody and to the ones who were here for ill intent. And you're in our prayers. Don't know your names. Don't need to know them. You know, there's an all-knowing God out there somewhere who does, and be praying. But stay safe. Find somebody tomorrow if you can, if you're out and about. Show some kindness because it really can save a life. There may be somebody out there just dangling on, thinking their existence doesn't matter, and just a kind word could totally save and change somebody's life. Um, anyways, though, wherever you all are watching from, if you're catching this live or on the replay, we wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you all are from.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Take care, all.